Ah, shit.
Until my rage ends.
With this
I meant
like
to
an
set
action
up a
or
thing
a
so
bonus
people
action?
can actually watch
Free
the
action.
intro along with us.
Yeah.
Sylvie. One of these days I'll actually finish it. Let's say one of those days when you guys get me some footage for your characters. Still waiting on that.
I'm gonna send you just a video of a barrel like rolling down like some stairs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear you're quitting the game. It's a shame, really.
I mean, I don't know where to find
Sorry
the
about
footage.
that.
Bonus
I can
action.
teleport within 30
I don't know where to find the footage. I can't find
Are these
the
all
ones
bonus
I'm looking
actions? Oh, that's.
I mean, I
sorry,
find
this
them all on
is,
YouTube.
On my
If you can
table.
find it on YouTube, I can download
for. No,
it.
it's really vague. It's one of the like
One of the ones
when
I'm looking
Okay,
for.
sorry, I
vaguely
think
was
that-
No, not just for free.
I think you're
If I
looking
roll
for
two,
obscure.
I can tell
Yeah, and are you talking about King Arthur?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
Princess of Thieves. She was like 15 in the role.
Damn,
She
I have
was,
no idea. I mean, you
Robin
Google
Hood's
it, chances
daughter.
are you'll find it.
Yeah.
What's that?
Keira
The question
Knightley.
is if there's
Like
footage
one of her
out there.
first roles ever. She was Robin Hood's daughter. It was actually really good.
Do you have any of that clay stuff for me to stick my barrel?
I do, yeah. A little bit of plasticine here.
Barrelmancer.
Barrel roll, barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, I could do command. I don't know, I'm thinking about it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Lions and Nobles. It's a pleasure to have you along for another episode of our adventures in an exotic, deadly place known across the Cormyrian and Sembian kingdoms as that place that people disappear to, that place that has lots of things with sharp claws and even sharper teeth, and that place that nobody would dare go except you guys who are crazy enough. And so you have ventured into this exotic, deadly place that promises adventure, riches, destiny, all the good stuff that one is looking for in life in Dungeons & Dragons. Without any further ado, who would care to tell me what happened last episode on Lions and Nobles?
So much.
Yeah, way too much.
Ida didn't die.
Our grung demigod has semi-awoken.
With a happy birthday.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you discovered a new catchphrase
yeah.
and you have a nickname
Yeah.
from the Goliath
It's gonna
people.
come with the toy when I sell it.
You're an action figure.
And skewing action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why is this toy all wet?
Oh, no, slimy.
I really like that.
We slew the swamp monster,
Yeah.
which upon
Hi. Oh, yeah?
inspection had some
I'm
kind of like
smoking.
weird
Go
black
on.
glass
I'll
in it,
be
and we
good.
think
Yeah.
it's abyssal
There you
or
go.
something having to do with
Yeah.
abyssal rituals. And we also found a dead surveyor and a new barrel.
Whoa! And an upgraded barrel. We also fixed the weight system, and we're able to shut off the slough gates and stop the water flow from overflowing.
Hi. Seriously, I'm smoking. Go on.
She has my hammer.
It's the final
Yeah,
boss.
if you can pass it back in this game, because we seem to have an issue.
Giant space hamster.
Love you.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously.
Is that hamster?
Yeah.
I don't think
We
I
met-
was a paladin.
We met
My last candy
is it
was Sammy.
Petrichor? Is that his name?
We met a paladin,
Yeah.
Petrichor. He got super high and left us.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that always the way?
Yeah. He's getting drummed out of the army.
We found a. I was reading my phone. Did we talk about the black ore?
Yeah, she mentioned that.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, what did we mention? Black ore?
The abyssal stuff, yeah.
Mm.
Which we found in the monster
Yeah.
and the water.
Yeah. traces
Yeah.
of it.
Oh,
Traces
and
in the
you
water.
also found semi-digested humanoids, upgraded your armor, and I got your skill
Yes.
Yeah, we've gotta love the hand-me-downs.
And you got some seeds.
Yes, I got good berry seeds, not the magical ones, so you can actually plant these.
Mm-hmm. The inspiration behind that nobody knew came from.
What?
The inspiration behind good berries. I'm just thinking. of
And
candies.
we changed the water flow. Where does the water go now?
Into the
Into the
city.
cistern.
Supplying the local
Yeah.
that city, that big town.
Yeah,
The town that we-
poison them all.
The town that we left.
Yeah.
What's the town called
Yeah.
again? Is it
Ariston.
Ariston.
Which surrounds Castle Aris.
Yeah. So they're gonna have
Some toxic water.
some interesting water.
Oh yeah, that's gonna.
Did we
Stank.
end off going back to Ariston?
You're on your way back, is
We're
my
on our way
understanding.
back right now.
Crystal.
Okay.
I thought we were heading back to Hookerville.
Last I checked, you passed through Hooker, heading back. Was
Yeah.
Well, then
the-
what did we do about the crocodiles? Did they just automatically disappear?
Well, what happened there was, with the waters being redirected, the idea is that the place would dry out, or at least until, at least that's the assumption. But if you want to stick around and ensure that they move on,
Yeah, they won't actually move by themselves. You have to drag them out.
well, that's fair. But my point being is that they're not being influenced. They're not coming down the river anymore.
Oh,
If
okay.
you realize that they're not. They're not coming along the river, so they're not being replenished, is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
So once they do drive them out, they don't have anything further to worry about.
Cool.
What did the black?
That's it.
Do we know anything about that black ore?
It's abyssal.
Affecting.
It's abyssal.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Because
you
you
choose
passed
the
the
place.
history
Magic on
check.
it?
But
Did we?
oh, did
Did
you?
you?
What?
No, he did.
Oh.
Somebody did.
Yeah,
Somebody-
you
Oh
passed the
yes.
history
No,
check.
yeah, that's right.
You
That's right.
remember
You did the
stories
history
from the
check.
shamans about like evil
Oh,
abyssal
yeah,
places
that's
and like
right.
bad people making weapons and stuff out
Yes.
of this ore
True.
and whatnot.
Yeah, I do remember.
And I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
Almost forgot. Continue. Anything else? Okay, barrel, crocodile, and fishing rod.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He doesn't want to
The
remember.
after credit scene.
Sorrowful reuniting.
Yeah, it's missing its string, right?
I think it was just the string.
It's what?
I think it was just the string.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, your poor fishing.
But you did get your rod back.
I did. Oh, sick.
At least I thought you did. Did you not?
I thought I just found the string, but I'll take the rod if it's there.
Oh no
I think it
that's
was
right.
just the string with
it was
no
just the
rod.
string that was.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I
Yeah,
remember
sorry,
holding
I
it
forgot that
like-
scene. Yeah. I remember the scene. I forgot the
The
material.
trail continues.
Uh-huh. As the camera pans it.
Yeah.
With that said, though, as such, we've established that you guys are, as a result, headed back to Ariston then.
Yeah.
On the road back, of course, you watch as Petrichor separates from you, having stated that he is due to show up in 3 trees. At this news, your companion Edith takes the opportunity, makes a few words with Christo, who bids her farewell and will catch up with you. And she boards with Petrichor and the other purple dragons headed towards.
All right.
With that said, though, we open up with you guys and Christo headed back towards the town of Ariston.
He has the. What happened with the horses? Because someone.
So the one got mended by Petrichor, and I'm going to rule that Christo simply let him go.
Okay.
Let the purple dragons have it. Apparently they have a pasture for this sort of thing. And otherwise, you guys end up getting a new horse pretty quickly as a result of Christo's quick
Bill the
efforts.
Bill the third.
And so it is. With that, we welcome you to another Monday night.
I love that little hut, whatever it is.
Yeah, that one's good.
tall one.
Alright.
Thought she was only 7.
She's only 7 or so.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Yeah. I say I'm not even 6 foot.
So you've hit the road. Traveling along after a night's rest. We did establish last session that you guys had a full rest. So everyone's
Yeah.
well rested.
Yeah.
The day comes on easily enough. You find yourselves. Not quite. Hang on a sec. Yeah, maybe. You find yourselves well and rejuvenated after a feather bed and a warm blanket, a hot meal in your belly, and warm sunshine on your face the next day. It proves to be short-lived, as warm soon turns into muggy, and muggy turns into bug season once again. It is the far seas after all. Sembia was never quite like this, no matter where you went. There were insects, there were predators, but this is a whole other level as cloud after blood-sucking cloud finds its way directly into your face as you travel along the muddy, muck-ridden mud roads of the far sea swamps. All around you, you can hear the steady buzzing, the sounds of wildlife in all its forms, from birds and bees to strange growls and rumbles. The occasional explosion in the distance leads to a fiery jet that reaches onto the horizon. All around you can smell sulfur, you can smell must, moistness, threatening to perhaps rain at any second despite the sunshine. And it does occasionally over the course of the hour or so that you're actually on the road. Was it 2 hours I said? Or?
I think it was 2.
Yeah, 2 hours that you're on the road in the stretch from Hooker to Ariston. Before long, you can see the rooftops in the distance. As you come over the crest of a hill, it slopes downwards and then up against the hill and of course the stone title that the castle itself resides upon. You can see that the city is in quite the bustle. The city is still busy with whatever work they're doing towards the trade festival that has made its way up towards these parts. Hang on, did I mention it in this campaign last session, the trade festival?
No.
No, okay, yeah. As you come back towards, you see the whole place all a bustle. Okay, my apologies here. You can see banners hanging across the main street heading into the city proper. And you can see a bit of revelry dotting the landscape where you can see farmland, where the farmland resides on the outskirts. The castle itself has a bit of a procession that seems to be heading out from it. You can see even at this distance they're made up of various laborers and clergymen. As you come closer towards, you can hear the sounds of music that are echoing from the city center, and the banners simply read celebration of KNN. No, we'll go the different route actually, because that sounds terrible. I didn't know that sounds terrible. It says Nika's agreements. What was the date? Sorry, it's 1496. So 1440. Celebrating 56 years of Nika. As you guys come towards, you can see, come closer inwards and enter upon the city proper. The sound of music definitely becomes more prominent as it's echoing off of the corridor of the city, and you can see ahead at the courtyard a little bit of a band set together. And when I say a little bit of a band, there's a proper percussion and brass section all set up and leading out all sorts of celebratory music. There's merchants on all sides of the main drag setting up, even now, as you see several others, by the tens actually have already done so. At all angles, you are being asked if you would like a bite to eat. Would you like this necklace? How about a new pair of boots? You look tired. Can I give you a massage? Have you had this to drink? Have you tried this for your ailment? What ails you? As you proceed along, Christo looks all around, looks at each of you, and continues walking towards your destination, which he has stated is the inn to check in first and foremost. Stable the horses, and then you guys are free to do whatever you will, because he has to go and organize an audience now that you have solved his problem. He continues to grumble something quietly under his breath. Anybody with a perception of 15 or higher here? I can't remember.
I don't think anyone has that.
Like passive perception?
Yeah.
13.
13.
I have 13.
13 as well.
As you attempt to listen in, again, you hear the same cat calls from the sides of the street as various merchants or men and women of various services look for your attentions. Christo eventually comes upon the inn with you and looks back towards you, taking the horses in his grasp by their tethers. He tells you that he will take care of business, and when you're finished your day's affairs, the morning we'll see you guys meeting with the Aris household. At that, he dismisses you guys to do whatever it is you guys want to do around Ariston, and he heads towards the inn to stable out the horses. And it is the same inn as before, and fucked if I remember what the fucking name of it was. There's two of them that I've noted for this place. In any event, he does the thing, and you guys are free to do your thing.
Can we do shopping for
What
supplies?
time is it?
It's about midday, close to evening. Like I said, it took about 2 hours to travel from Hooker to here, so starting out in the morning,
Hookerville.
you guys end up over yonder about maybe like 3, 4-ish.
I like to say that while we're traveling, I have like built-in bug repellent. So you're just like
Oh.
in the barrel
Yeah.
back, and you're just getting all the bugs. No bites on me.
And I'm getting a meal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perhaps I wasn't clear about just how many bugs there are in the forest.
Less bugs on me. Still some, but
Granted,
less.
granted. But I mean, like, there's clouds. It is insane.
Is there a nearby tavern that we can go to?
The inn has a tavern, but there are other taverns in town. The Iron Claw is what you'll find underneath the title. Directly underneath it, there's the city courtyard proper, and then just off of the main drag, you'll find the Iron Claw, still under the shade of the title.
Are there any armor or weaponsmiths that I can hit up?
Plenty.
I'm going to the market.
Yeah.
It's all around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll scope out if there's any great axes that.
Yeah, I wanna look for thieves' tools. Actually, now that I think about it.
Throw me investigation, both of you. And if you're looking for anything yourselves, do the same, and then we'll get to you in a moment.
Cool.
That's a
Daggers.
7.
Sorry?
7.
With the 7, you find axes everywhere. You want an axe? You got an axe. Would you like an axe? There's an axe right here, man. An axe right here for you. Hey, you, big one, axe for you. Did I hear you want an axe? Do I hear you want an axe? All over the place, like literally. You want an axe? You got an axe. What kind of axe would you like?
Are the people from the market just from this area, or are they traveling?
Travel. They're from all over. This is, as you look around, actually, you guys can make a history check on this as well if you want to know what the agreement of Nicas is. If you're not a native, it's a disadvantage. If you're proficient in history, it's not a disadvantage.
No.
Nothing.
And if you're a native and proficient in history, it's at advantage.
I got 19 for the investigation.
I got a 16 for history.
Yeah,
And then
13.
I got 16 for history.
You're proficient in history?
That's history. I got 7. 19 was
Right.
the investigation.
Very
I'm
good.
just looking for daggers.
So like I say, 7 on the investigation for the axe. There's axes everywhere. You remember reading about the agreements that
What is the agreement called?
Nika's I'm trying to think of a good word for agreement. Nika's Writ. Nika's Writ. It's Nykha, and Nika's Rest is the other major city in the Farsi swamps. There's 3 trees, and there's Nika's Rest down a little further from it, southerly, and those 2 cities are the big populous centers that are more civilized than the rest of the cities in terms of swamplands and township. There's also Swords Hollow and Valorn's Rest, which are the ass end of the swamps. Those 2 populous centers are known for being more Cormyrean humanoid. And then at the north end, you've got Ariston, Castle Aris, and I don't remember some of the others offhand, but
And what did you say? How long has this been around?
it's been, what did I calc? Is 56 years.
56 years.
56 years of Nikas. And the history lesson for today, kids, is that a fellow by the name of, remember, Hiron Cropus, brokered an agreement between the heads of Nika's, what is now known as Nika's Rest.
Okay.
With that, what you're seeing all around you is a celebration of trade between swamp peoples and humanoids. Although you have to note, for being something that's supposed to be so mixed, and despite Ariston showing some mixture of swamp folk before, there's really not as many swamp folk as you might assume, or maybe there's more than you might assume, hard to say. I will also mention during your investigation, you naturally see a lot of swamp-based snacks. You also recognize a lot of humanoid-friendly swamp-based snacks, where you might like just a box of ants. There's chocolate-covered ants,
Oh my.
for example.
Ritzy.
Oh, very ritzy. Very expensive, actually. But regardless, the point being is that there's all this around you. Axes everywhere. You don't find anything special, but you have all the axes available to you at relatively book price.
Yeah. I'm just looking for something that might have slightly better stats than mine. So if they're all the same, then
Sorry, what'd you roll?
I got 13.
And this was for a...
I'm looking for these tools.
you managed to find, easily enough, a decent set of thieves' tools that comes with everything you would imagine you need, a nice leather rollout, and a crowbar about yay big.
I already have one, so now I have 2.
But yay big.
Oh,
Yes.
a mini.
A mini crowbar.
Nice.
So it's it's going to be 5 gold over book price.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 for investigation for knowledge. So it was going to be, because I'm kind of traveling around, I kind of just wanted to talk to the merchants and stuff about anything around, and then maybe if they knew anything about the black, or any books that I look at. I don't know if merchants have books, but anything like that about.
You actually you come upon a fellow by the name of Theodore who says wheels and who has his cart called Wheels and Pages. It's a covered wagon that just has stacks of books all around it.
Okay.
And you can see him. He seems to be a middle-aged fellow, sweating away as he wipes his bald pate and looks towards you. How can I help you?
Is he human?
He is actually very human.
Okay. Very human.
Yeah.
He's so human.
Amidst everything else, he's dressed as a noble Cormyrean. He's like his white bread and this weird, he just looks out of place here. But he's very he has books, and that's all he has.
Right.
Except he also carries quills and inks. Fine inks, he says, and mentions it a couple times over. But in any event, so you're looking for specifically, he's got all sorts of books.
Yeah, I was looking towards the black stuff a bit in the area. See if there's anything like in Legends of History with this. Like,
He, you relate what you're looking for, and he says to you, you're looking for a history of the area, sir? Is that what you're after?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll find it in this stack right here. This is mostly the northern and western ends. If you want eastern, it's that part of there. Pardon me, I have a bit to do. He just gives you like 5 or 6 books there.
Alright.
You're not quite sure what to make of it, but you throw investigation to
Yeah.
read through.
it is a. It's a 10.
You scan over the books, and you find that there's quite a lot of information in here. You know, you're not necessarily finding too much other than the brief mentions here or there of various explorations. There's like a couple of notes from even Valo himself, as well as lesser known explorers, that talks about dark pits that are said not to be traversable, or that only a fool would go, people with a suicide wish, blah blah blah, and many are known for being sources of undead at certain times of year. There's two points out west, particularly near Worm Hall, that are documented as to be cordoned by the Lord. Shit, I forgot. Lord Irngarten's military, and being one of the few to handle that, as well as Scourge, which you read about, this dragon that was here some time ago. Long and the short, that's one pair of points that you remember, that you read about as you're scanning through. You read about how there's other points, but you can't get any coordinates. Those are the only two documented places.
So the place west of North Hall is a place with undead?
So there's two places to the west,
Okay.
somewhere near Worm Hall.
Oh, Worm Hall, okay.
That is owned and operated by the Irngarten household.
Okay. Alright.
It's the Elvish words for Iron Garden.
Okay.
Excuse me.
How much for those massages?
God.
I'm gonna inquire.
2 silver.
Alright, I think I'll get.
Or actually, I should say, the elven lady looks at you and says 2 silver, or as much as you're willing to pay for services.
I think, and is it like near where the music is being played?
It is actually. Well, it's loud enough, like I say. As you guys were entering, the music was echoing all over the city through the corridors of. So being anywhere near the courtyard, you got no problem hearing it. It's actually resonating. You realize as an amphitheater off of the tidal of rock that makes up, well, the tidal as it's known, the plateau is the word I'm looking for there.
Okay. And you said, sorry, 2 or more?
2 silver, or as much as you're willing to
I
pay.
think I'll give her 4
Right.
and ask her to just really get in there in the knots in my neck.
You hand the lady two silver and or 4 silver. Yeah. She looks upon them and then pockets them, and says something in Elvish.
Which, am I there?
Not
As I
necessarily. You
understand.
guys are all kind of doing your own thing during this. I'm gonna say.
She's getting this.
Point being is, you watch as actually odds or evens.
Odds.
Terrific stuff. You watch as a robust human fellow walks out wearing a official-looking white toga and a bottle in his hands. He squirts an oil into his palm. Does one of these, and as he does, you watch as like veins bulge out of his neck, shoulders, and thighs. Because again, toga. He gestures very stoically, I want to say. He keeps like a 6-foot distance from you, staying on the other side of the surface. He's very professional, very,
Good.
if you'll just slide down there. And athletics check. With a 14 plus bonus, he digs in. And you can take advantage on attack rolls and such physical feats until your next long rest.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just gonna let that happen and listen to the music and be super relaxed.
Goliath.
So I just wanted to clarify, you said there's 2 places west of Wormhole that are town
known
is,
to be dens. They're known as not pits. You know what? We'll just call them. They're documented as pits of evil.
Okay.
Pits of evil, literally.
Yeah.
And they're known for the black slime that coalesces there, and for the undeath that rises and ravages the landscape. And then it goes on to talk from there, literally from there, on about how the Irngarten family has been known for keeping that at bay, protecting their citizens, and da-da-da-da-da. And then it goes literally into more of the Irngarten, because that happens to be the chapter you find that bit of data in. So you don't find anything like a chapter that talks about specifically this terrible shit. You find like ancillary notes that mention it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And that's that.
Yep.
With that said, Theodore looks over. Is that anything else that you need, sir? I will be going away for a bite to eat before I open properly, but you're welcome to the books if you like. They're 2 gold a piece, except for that one, it's 5 silver.
Okay. No, I'll just put him back. And I was gonna look for some other stuff, but if he's going, I'll toss him a gold and be like, "Here, I'll pay for your lunch."
He graciously takes it with a bow, like 2-handed bow, all spindly and such. At which point he takes his glasses off, puts them away, and does one of these. "It's a pleasure, sir." And he closes and locks his carriage, throws a tarp over all the books, and walks away.
All right.
You watch as a couple of the other merchants look over towards him. One of them says, "Hello, Theodore." As he passes by, he gives them a nod and walks off.
If possible, I would like to see if there's any bowyers in the area that offer long or short bows with any like pluses to it, not just regular.
Throw me another investigation check. Anybody else? Do some more shopping.
I got that 19 on the
sorry.
investigation.
As we were, sir. You're looking all around. You're not sure. There's knives everywhere. "You want sharp things? I've got sharp things." You hear ding, ding, ding over here. You look over, that guy's polishing. All around you, there's blades. Until finally you hear, getting away from most of that noise and racket, you hear dunk, which catches your attention. You hear dunk again, and then finally another dunk. And then you see a fellow walk away from what looks to be an anvil and a stack of metal ingots to a board some distance away. You can see a pair of halflings next to the board, giving a nod towards it as one of them is polishing a knife, as you've seen so many other halflings and dwarves and humans and bullywugs and lizard people and Kuatoa so far do, as you've been traveling around looking for anything resembling anything special. And you see these guys. And the one walking from the forge takes the set of them that the halfling's pulling off the board, and he gives a nod. "Good balance?" "Good balance, sir. Yeah, good balance." The halfling walks away from him and goes into their tent nearby, where you see a bunch of flattened ingots that he's bringing out towards the forge. At which point he steps onto a box next to the anvil, takes one of the pieces and starts setting to work. Ding, 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 ding. The fellow who walked from the anvil walks back towards with those same blades and proceeds to and you watch this dunk, 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 one after the next they land in the board. At which point he looks over towards you. "Help you there, friend green one."
I want sharp knives. I reach my hands out towards the board.
He gestures towards the board and turns his attention towards the other halfling who's coming towards him. They start discussing something as you're standing about 20 feet away from him at this point, just, said what you said. And he gestured towards the board.
What do they have?
As you come close, I'm assuming you come closer.
Yeah.
As you go closer, you realize that within the tent, they've got racks of various knives of different shapes and sizes. Nothing over a few inches in length. Nothing a sword. Nothing of note that would be referred to as anything other than stabbing or throwing.
Right. So basically daggers, mostly. Eh?
Daggers.
I like the name. Do they have anything that's maybe a +1 or anything a step above the regular?
As you look amongst his stock, you're discerning. You can roll me an investigation if you want to.
Sure.
Actually, what's your passive perception? It's
13.
You see that there's an ornate section. You see that there's a section that has a very highly polished edge to the set. You can see another bunch that have a, and this is amidst like so many sets of blades of different shapes and sizes, and they're all in sets. They're all in sets of like 3 or 5. And you say they all come with like a nice case and whatnot. And he watches the one halfling comes in, and he says, "Friend Green One, if you need anything, please do just say." And he sets to work putting together, as he sits next to a small table, sets to work putting together more of the cases for these things. And he's got like a small stack of blades next to him in separate sets, all with like interleaved wax paper. Anyhow, point being though, as you see amongst them, you see that there's various different shapes and sizes. You can see ones that are obviously weighted with the handle a certain way. And it says upon the blades, You notice that some of the blades actually have upon them etched common phrases and in some cases swamp scribble, denoting things like from hell's heart.
Ooh, I like that.
Or Iron Strike, or whatever the hell. There's a sign nearby that says custom orders possible. Please discuss with Zephyrin. Or not Zephyrin. Shit. What am I doing? Discuss with I'll call him Zalto.
I've wanted to ask them if there is anything that have maybe a +1 or maybe something that does extra damage to beasts or humanoids.
As you look upon, you actually do notice that they have a bunch of serrated blades, and they're just in general more damaging. So they do a +2 damage automatically, but they have no other benefit.
Okay, I'd like. What's the price on those?
Sorry, what's the book value on a dagger? We'll make these ones. We'll make these ones 5 gold apiece, and they're sold in a pair.
Okay. Can I take 4 then?
You know what? Odds are evens. Odds are evens.
Yep. Odds.
He has 2 pairs.
I'll take 2 pairs.
Okay.
And that's +2 damage to everything, or +2 damage to certain targets?
+2 damage to anything that you're stabbing with it.
I come up and I just kind of.
It's like in a
hey,
from
I'm
Demon Slayer.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just kind of walk up.
Just,
What do you? How's it going?
Knives!
Knives.
I'm curious. I asked you if you learned anything from your scholastic investigations.
I've found some locations. I found some locations that might interest us after we talk to the group tomorrow.
Actually, as I say, secrets from books.
Basically, pawn
Not
or you can
hiding,
try to
so
find a
then-
money changer.
What did you
or
find
like,
from your class?
if a money
All of a
changer
sudden,
will take
you can actually
gem,
talk
there's some
about
money
it.
changers
How much,
that like rock or like raw silver.
How much are
or
you?
metals like that.
Yeah,
How much are the
sometimes
knives?
they're just carrying around.
Should have
Chances are you'll find one in
enough.
this place.
They're 5 gold each compared to, so 20 gold. Should have enough. I got 76.
Oh, I rolled,
But the thing is, I want to ask
so
for
I'm assuming
a dagger.
You find those.
Here,
Nothing
Nothing
special.
special.
pull them out.
Yeah.
Roll again.
I want to find a great axe, but my
Yeah,
last
but
investigation
actually,
roll was a 7.
yeah, no, never mind.
That
No,
way.
no,
I
go ahead,
tap
go
you
ahead.
on the shoulder, give you guidance for anything in the future
Thank you.
while I'm there.
That's nice, eh?
So
Yeah,
if you can kind of persuade them a
Okay, hold on.
bit.
I'm gonna get Dirk Zalto written down
Um,
before I fucking forget his name here.
Yeah, because at
So it's the dirty
5,
21.
I'll get the extra attack. So with 3, it'll be
Do it. Oh, there it
so
is.
many daggers.
So I'm just going. I just walked up and talked to Flick. I'm just scanning the weapons. I'm not interested in a weapon. I'm just scanning to
You're
see.
window shopping.
I'm just scanning to see what type of weapons there are because I'm not. Really,
At this place that
Yeah,
he's
I'm
at.
Knives.
yeah, I'm just looking
Knives,
at.
Daggers.
Looking to see if there's. I just want to see what type of.
side
I'm
by
not used to seeing a bunch of weapons, so I'm just kind of like looking at what
Sure.
type of weapons.
Oh
they have.
yeah, you were sheltered.
Yeah, I'm sheltered. So I'm like,
Actually,
oh wow,
the
like,
tent,
these are
the tent
like.
has a sign you finally find. It's just sitting kind of obscurely off to the side. It's called Edgers.
I did have a question. It was one more thing. So I know right now you said talking about we can pull up 2 at the same time.
Yep.
But when I get to 5, I'll have an extra attack, so I'd have to do 3. Would it be possible to get like a dagger bandolier? Not unlike Machete had in the Desperado movie. Where he's just
Do you
pulling
ask
The merchant, yeah, for
somebody
sure.
there?
Yeah.
Do you ask the halfling? Do you ask the
Oh,
human?
ask the merchant.
You walk over
Have you
towards.
seen Desperado?
He looks at you and says, "I work a lot, but I'm not desperate. No, not so desperate. Are you? Is this a?"
I need a knife belt.
He gives you a nod and then nods over towards the halfling putting together the cases, and the halfling actually reaches in behind the pile of boxes at the back of the place and just pulls one out and offers it forth. It's got literally 6 spots on it for knives of different sizes.
That's awesome.
You figure that, like, basically it's just a bandolier with
Yeah.
snappable spots.
Sure.
And they're not actually sheaths. So you just put a sheathed blade there.
Yeah.
Or a potion.
Yeah. Okay. How much for that?
He looks at you and then looks at it, and then looks at you and 20 gold.
Okay. I will take it. Alright, let me add that in.
You find that it easily straps on and you can like tighten it against yourself, so it's all fine and dandy.
And then 6 regular daggers too. I just need a bunch of extra ones too.
There's various sorts. There's ones that'll give you +2 to throwing. There's ones that'll give you +2 to slashing.
Okay. I'll add the.
But there's only one of the others.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. Only grab. Okay.
Yeah, you could get like. Well, sorry, no, they're still in pairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you
I'm just saying,
it's
like they only
you
do
can't
one
have
thing.
these-
They're not. Yeah, you can't
could
have everything in one knife.
Okay, so
Sadly.
I'll take the +2 damage ones, and I'll take the +2 to throwing ones.
You actually, as you're purchasing all
Some
these, you
generic
notice
ones, too.
that he has what are marked. One they both have written on the side a little something for you, and they have little capsules built into the handles, and a bloodletting sort of groove on the blade.
Ooh, like a butcher's tools.
So it's got a
Nice.
groove along the blade, and like I say, it comes up towards the handle where the capsule is.
Okay. So how does that work?
He says, he looks at you and says, well, most blade, they provide 1 dose. This, you have 3 dose. And as you see, the capsule itself has little chambers on it. So it could take 3, it could take 3 stabbings to empty it.
Like poison damage?
Nice.
Or like if you fill it up with poison and slash into
That's what I
the
mean.
Oh, okay.
And then stabby
Oh, I
and deliver the
see.
poison.
Yeah, usually when you apply it.
And how much are those?
Those are quite the design. As he holds one up and he hands you a lens
Yes.
and lets you see the mechanism, and there's like a bunch of tiny gears, and you can see like its pressure release and blah blah blah. And he says simply, each of the capsules, they are 5 gold apiece. The dagger itself is 100. They come in a pair.
Do you feel this slight tugging on your robe?
Do you use
Do you
daggers?
look down?
I
Oh
thought,
yeah.
I thought you used spears.
I use daggers for my
Throwing.
throwing. Yeah.
Use darts. Okay.
Well, daggers even better
Okay.
for throwing.
Yeah, but if you throw something,
You're not gonna get it back.
Go and retrieve it.
We're not playing fetch.
The
Just put it on
fellow
the
then
budget.
looks at you for a moment and says, if you purchase this,
Yeah.
I will give you this. And he reaches over onto the halfling's table, and you see there's a bunch of rags there, and he just grabs a rag. And you look at him for a second,
What?
and with his gloved
I
hand,
have
he says, if you'll give me your hand, my friend Green One.
Give him.
And he soaks your arm for a moment with
Yeah.
it. And then he just takes the thing, squeezes it out, and then puts the rag on the crate next to you. And says, 100 gold, 5 gold per capsule, my friend Green One.
Okay.
Did you
I
touch
would be over
him?
here.
Did he touch him?
With a gloved hand,
on.
yeah.
Oh, okay, with the gloved hand.
I do have this.
He stops to turn around back at you, and he takes it from your hand and kind of gives it a moment's thought. I like this, yes. He gives the halfling a quick beckoning finger, and the halfling gives a nod and grabs one of the cases that are finished behind him, snaps it open. The fellow, you are picking up a genuine Zalto today. Your friend Dirk Zalto, he puts the knife into the case and hands it over with a snap, is always looking out for you. When you need the sharpen, you come back here. We sharpen it for free.
Thank you.
He says, well done.
Counter.
He waits for it, the rag comes over, and a parchment, and he hands you the parchment, and you can see on it, it's actually got a little bit of common written about how this is a genuine Dirk Zalto blade. This particular design dispatches 3 doses, etc. And it goes into like specifics.
Certified.
Amazing.
Comes with 1 capsule.
Okay. So he'll sell me all that for this, or what will this get me? And then, but how many capsules do I get?
100 gold. He's flat.
Okay. So we'll trade this for that.
Done.
Sweet.
Are you gonna buy more capsules?
Yeah, I'll buy 10 capsules.
He looks at you, nods, beckons towards the halfling once more, who
I look at him. I look at the half whoever's talking to him, and I say, That gem's a lot more worth than 100. Those capsules should be free.
Throw persuasion.
That's why I gave you guidance. I thought you were going to persuade him. I can't give it to myself. 17.
With a 12 plus 7, with a 19, he looks at you up and down, looks back towards the grung and says, I will give him. He looks over towards the halfling for a moment. 4 more.
Oh.
Do you still wish another 10? Or would you like 6?
We'll take 6 for now.
Very good.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
with that, he takes your money. 6 for 5.
Okay.
That's 30 gold. At which point, he gives you a nod and says, if there's nothing else.
No, I think that's it. Let me just write everything down real quick. That was the +2 thrown.
The rag lets you fill a capsule in a short rest.
Okay.
With his own hand.
With his own poison.
Does his poison deal damage? Or is it just...
His poison deals
hallucinate?
damage, and I've been
Okay.
allowing it on weapon strikes, I think, which I don't think I'm supposed to do. It's
Yeah.
like on a monk strike, if you're actually providing contact, but this will make that shit legit.
All
So
right.
I
I
can
know
count
you've been
him
doing
on.
it for sure when he kicks them.
Yes.
That would be.
Yeah, there's 2 different poisons. Skin contact is poison condition, and then piercing is poison damage.
Alright.
Okay.
Right, but when you're attacking, you're supposed to be able to add that damage on weapon attacks. I don't think that's a grown thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to add
Yeah,
it
it
to
is.
weapon attacks.
Yeah. All piercing weapon attacks.
It says all piercing specifically?
Yeah. Because the idea is it's like it's piercing into the skin.
But hold on,
Yeah, but
this
how
is
did
what
you
it
get your
says for
poison
the
on?
grung
Yep.
poison specifically.
It has nothing to do with monk.
But this is, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
But this is in the race as an explanation
Yep.
on that.
Yep.
Okay. I think I bought that. I should look up the explanation.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
I'll actually,
it's part of every attack that I do. It's part of the attack.
I've never looked this up. I haven't looked this up.
Yeah.
As we learn.
Do I see anything weird happening around the market?
I mean, this is not the music for the market. It was supposed to be.
That's why.
I know, sorry.
It's
with
like a
that.
deserted temple in the desert.
Yeah, right? Like, seriously.
Is there like a
Gonna go
cult
fight
happening
Tiamat.
right now?
Apologies,
Like a-
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Yeah,
ritual?
it says you can also apply this poison to any piercing weapon as part of an attack with that weapon.
Do I see
Thank
I
you.
feel like we're in a
Mirren?
filler episode, I'm not gonna lie. It's
Do I
kinda
see
great.
is
What's
is
that
Mirren
episode?
near the
Feel like
dagger
a
market
filler
or is she
episode.
like really far away?
I mean, like I said, the whole of the place is what it is, and this particular spot, Edgers, is a little further away from the regular market.
Alright, I'm gonna go back into the market and look for Mirren.
Oh yes, I got a dirty 21 to find a money changer.
Right, and that will do very nicely, actually. Here we go. This is the one I'm after.
Cause I know she loves company, so. You're busy with Mr. Hunk
Yeah.
Toga right now.
I'm not into him.
His
His work.
His eyebrows have muscles.
You should get a massage with Flick. See how that goes.
Like he snaps like a twig.
No, you just hallucinate the person touching him the entire time.
Sorry, yeah, so you find a money changer. They end up weighing your stone and giving you 163 gold and 20 silver, or sorry, and 4 silver and 20 copper. And that's just for the stone,
Wait, how many gold?
right? Sorry, it's 161 gold
Yeah.
and 4 silver.
That's for the gem.
That's for the gem.
See, I told you it was worth
And-
more.
And 22 copper.
I don't want to
Okay.
play him as like a.
And they give you a small
He's just a
parchment
Yeah,
that
I know.
has a bunch of common
That's why I
written
got
on
your
it, a little
bag.
seal that's like shows the weight of it and your trade trade for it and the taxes paid on it.
Okay.
So it actually shows that you've paid 7 gold, 7 gold, 7 silver, and 13 copper. No, sorry, and 8 copper taxes for the gem as well.
So deduct that.
No, that's just what it's automatically like they're
Okay.
paying you out, and then that's what's deducted. So it was like around 170 gold worth.
Nice. I'm now at 228.
Am I able to take another look around at Great Axes after my fantastic massage?
That is totally doable.
Ta-da!
Thank you.
14.
You do so. refreshed and rejuvenated with a spring in your step, you find yourself confronted with what you would say is probably one of the most perfect axes you've ever seen as you round a corner and they're confronted with a whole cart of them. And for whatever reason, one drops out in front of you.
Oh no.
With a robust head and all sorts of ornate workings all over the blade and one of the shiniest edges to it you've ever seen, the thing lands on a rock and you watch as a piece of metal flies off. And as we segue for a moment, there's a delightful nest full of baby robins nesting just yonder on top of a 2-story inn. They're just freshly born, expecting their mother to come back any second. And just as they're looking out towards the horizon where this cat usually comes, sure enough, there's the cat. And usually Mother shows up. Mother's around. Mother helps drive the cat away. But she's not here. But no! There she is! She's flying in with a fresh worm in her beak, ready for a... Oh God, that piece of metal went right through her! Blood streaks through the air, feathers fly all over, and Mom, BAM! Slams into the cat. The cat tumbles off, trying to recover, falling off 2 stories, BAM! Into an inn, into a barrel down below, ale everywhere. The cat sits there all broken. The axe takes 5 experience, but sits there broken, and the cart suddenly comes to a halt.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, you're not aware of any of this, but
I was gonna say, I thought we saw it, and I was gonna go, oh no, the barrel! Because it fell to the...
it happened in an alleyway, actually. That part, yeah. It's just like in the distance, amidst everything else. The cart in front of you comes to a halt, and the guy, a half-orc fella, jumps off, and a dwarf with him, and they both walk around from either side. The half-orc, being the driver, he takes a look at the axe. Oh, I'm sorry, boss. This, shit. He picks up the axe off the ground and looks up at the rest of them and he kind of just shoves the whole bunch of these various blades, many of them just these huge warhammers and fucking Buster Sword style things. And the dwarf just gives it a shake. I like that one. He takes it from the half-orc who goes to shove the thing up and looks at it. Looks over towards you. What are you looking at? A tragedy. That's what you look at. Then he starts to walk away around back towards the front of the cart as the half-orc looks at you and gives you a nod and heads off towards the front of the cart. You look at the rest of them and all of them beautiful, robust, massive heads up on them, ready to cut and cleave and bludgeon and smash and squash and do all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things for you.
Is that normal that broke on a rock? Like,
you know what? The way it fell just against it, the way it did.
Yeah, it's not like.
It actually shows you that thing was so finely sharpened.
Okay.
You look at the rock for a moment, and as you're staring at the rock, you notice it's got this hairline fracture in it.
Semi-cleaved.
I'm just gonna say that almost hit me.
He stops and looks back at you. He's listening. The half-orc stops and then looks back towards you.
Do I see if that, like...
Is this in a back alley or is this in the market?
It's on the main street.
Do I see if that damage, like, it affected it negatively, or, like, will it still work?
It's got a good chip in it, but the rest of the blade is solid.
Yeah.
And the rock, as you look back down towards it, the camera just kind of does one of those CSI zoom-ins, and you can see the fracture. Like, it's in the road, and you can see the split goes right through it. As you kick against it, you can see it's sheared.
How much for the axe that almost killed me just now?
The dwarf looks at you and then looks at the axe. It's less hassle, I don't have to fix it. Take it.
Alright. I'm gonna take it and walk away.
That's it?
It's a one-headed axe, single-sided axe. The other side of it acts as a bludgeoning implement as it fleets out. And the chip in it, as well as its weight, adds a +2 to the damage upon it.
Can you use it as a throwing weapon?
It is hit heavy,
Okay.
but it would
her?
not.
What is it called? Sorry? Like, for me to add it to my inventory?
It's not an official weapon, but it's
Okay.
basically a battle axe that you're picking up.
Okay.
Fun.
But it's one-handed, you
The
said?
one hand.
It can be two-handed if you want. It does, as I said, 1d8 / 1d10 damage. So that is to say, single-handed it's 1d8, and double-handed it's 1d10. And in either case, it's an automatic +2 damage. Yeah, it's good.
It's not as good as my current one.
Oh.
Oh, what's your current oh, you've got a great axe currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you've got your D12 there.
Yeah.
And I'll debate with you for a moment. Let's consider. You've got actually, you know what? There is no debate there because yeah, you're not wrong. That's so we'll make this in that case. I'll do you a favor. This thing is going to be. Give me a sec. It's 2d4 or 2d6. You know what? I'll cheapen it. We'll make it 2d6. Good talk.
Good persuasion.
Passive persuasion.
Yeah.
Do I keep my current, like, because mine right now is 1d12 plus 3.
Right. So you keep the +3.
Yeah.
But
And
this thing's
is
also
2d6.
+2 on top of the +3.
Okay,
plus
so it's
five?
2d6 plus 5?
Yes.
Alright.
Alright.
So that's a lot better. It's an automatic 7 damage as opposed to 6.
What color is the handle?
The whole thing is mostly chrome silver, where it's not beaten black. There's no handle wrapped on it.
Alright.
As you hold it, the thing that strikes you is that it feels somewhat light. And as you add a battle axe and modify it, you can subtract the weight by 5 pounds. It has holes through the handle, you notice. Like designed diamond-shaped
Yeah,
holes.
that's cool.
You just got a free axe.
It almost killed me.
It's true.
It smells like cat. I'm traumatized.
Did you
It smells
see
like
it?
drunk
I don't know
cat.
if you saw
I don't
that.
think anyone saw it.
I think it was just in the
It just flung
In a
away.
dream.
yeah, just thing.
Oh wait, it would technically be covered in bird blood and some feathers.
Blessed by bird blood.
Alright. So I went towards her, looking, seeing what she's up to. I didn't see the Thalara yet, because
Well, you hung up there,
yeah,
and you got a massage. So you did your thing, went looking for him, found him.
yeah. Now
You're doing your thing, as you were. He catches up to you. You're doing your thing, and then doing another thing.
And if possible, I'd also like to pick up some more medic packs.
medic
Medic
pack.
packs.
For me, investigation again. You will catch up at an apothecary.
No!
Doesn't count.
In 3, 2, 1.
13.
Very good. You find several snake oil salesmen, and then finally manage to find the proper apothecary. Who you entered upon their tent. They're like, "Hey man, what's up?" Anyway, so you managed to find full kits as well as just refills. So whatever you want, they actually got like a bulk bin, and you can just like, oh, I need a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and pay by weight, so to speak.
Okay.
So you can refill your stuff at book value. Odds or evens?
Evens.
You can adjust book value by -4 gold. Ooh, hello.
Excellent.
That said, you catch up at said apothecary. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what everyone's up to. I'm just wandering around.
That's fair.
Did you get thieves' tools at all?
Yes.
You did?
You did nice.
Yeah, I'm just window shopping, just wandering back and forth.
After you get a massage, find your axe, and you have found. Actually, sorry. You found your dagger. Is there anything else?
I guess if I have any extra time, I'd like to fill some capsules or a capsule.
I mean,
Right?
you can do that. That's more of like you go back to the inn and
Sure.
find a place to set up.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to do around the market at all? Okay.
I walk past her, don't even say hi. I kind of tap her on one shoulder, go the other way. Just to mess with her.
Roll yourself.
I don't have stuff.
So the book price
so
was
awkward.
5 GP, so minus the 4, it's 1 each. So I got 10 more.
Perfect.
I got a 10.
You got a 10. Passive perception 13. As you tap on her shoulder, she immediately looks over towards you, and then you kind of step to the one side, following him walking along. Having caught your attention, you finish up your business and then look over towards. He's there now, in the apothecary place with you. Meanwhile, you're heading back towards the inn, and you finished up finding and acquiring said axe as the cart heads off.
I'm gonna go back towards the inn as well.
Done? Okay.
So you guys are both at the end?
You guys are the apothecary?
I'm gonna try and figure out anything with my new armor, because it had, you said it had a name on it. Tier. So I was just
Deity
looking
tier, yeah.
at it, seeing if there was
Words of power or something?
yeah, some sort of
That's
power
fair.
in it.
Throw me investigation. Meanwhile,
Not
yourself having
religion.
concluded that,
If-
the owner of the apothecary, Tristan, says, if
When
there's
I meet up
nothing
with you guys,
else.
you guys notice I'm no longer completely naked.
Yeah, made you a great
Belt thing. Much.
I got a
say
set.
thank you and leave.
Cordially do so. Yeah.
I got a 17.
Sorry, and this was for the
Just the
investigation on the thing. You find that there's many prayers all around the suit of armor.
Water capsules are watertight.
But aside from decorative inscriptions all around the collars, you don't see anything else. All of the collars have upon them a prayer of battle of tears. I'm good, thank you. By all means. What was it saying is? Sorry, I should have had one of his prayers ready to go. Pardon me here, actually. Bear with me. It's got a battle prayer on it, in short. And examining it over, like I said, you don't find any specific inscription that would lead you to believe that it is the activating facet of it. You do, you know what? In not finding anything, you know what? No, I'm just gonna give it to you on a 17. You assume that if you go to a priest of Tyr, that you could probably see some way of seeing it imbued or activated or learn more about what it might take to do so.
Okay, is there anything in this town with Tyr? I remember you said the church is 2 different ones?
It is. It is a shared denominational church that serves as many small denominations, very inclusive here.
Right.
The priest says to you as you arrive. I'm assuming you'd like to go there?
Yeah.
You do so. Father Milligan, who introduces himself on your entry, directs you to Father Acorn, who
Alright.
actually
I love that.
I am literally gonna just write these down before I forget them because I'm gonna have to go through a few of these. Fathers. Ooh, easy there.
So what was the first father?
Milligan,
I'm an acorn.
Acorn,
Amazing.
with an H. Achorn.
Are they both human?
They are.
Okay.
Both of these ones are. They direct you to a dwarven,
Ooh, there we go.
Father Gilbert with an H. Who says he is half dwarven,
Okay.
but he
Just keep going down the line.
throw persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh, man. Persuasion. 14.
Agrees to help you unlock the secrets of the armor.
Oh, wow.
And says, well, typically you would have to be a member of the faith, as you imagine. Tyr is not the one to waste his powers. However, if you can prove to him that you are worthwhile, it will shine for you.
Alright.
At which point, he explains to you that, in short, if you can perform a task in his name, then this armor, regardless of who you wish to follow afterwards, Tyr will show you how he shine for you.
And what is Tyr?
He is a great leader,
Can I roll
a protector,
Can I roll
a strong. He goes on for a while.
Can I
What was
roll a
that?
history check, knowing because I've
Oh,
definitely.
the guy goes on about it. Yeah,
Okay.
he's like avatar of all who are strong and willing to fight for what they believe in.
Okay.
You want a mission?
Do I want a mission? No. I don't want a mission.
He says, so it is then. This armor may not shine for you.
Alright. Well, he said if I do something that Tyr would like, it would shine for me, he said?
He, at this, walks over towards a bookshelf,
Yeah.
gives it a scan, pulls one off, opens it up, and says, there are many tasks that one may achieve to see Tyr's favor. And then he closes the book and puts it back on the shelf. There are many achievements, as you can see, in the name of Tyr.
Tyr has a lot of books.
He certainly does. And many a man who has written them, and many a man who has held a weapon in his name. Tyr, he yells out in the church. And a couple guys, yeah, Tyr.
Can I
Come on,
ask
man, Tyr.
Can I ask if he wrote any of these books?
He looks at them. No.
Is it a fan fiction?
No, I have not.
Right.
Unfortunately, I have no such claim to fame here.
Alright.
But in my home in Citadel Akbar, once, I almost wrote a book.
I'll take a mission.
No, twice. I almost wrote a book.
I'll humor him and I'll take a mission. I'll see kind of what.
Unless you count that one time, then it's almost 3 times.
I'll take a mission from him. I'm kind of.
He reaches over towards the book. Oh, where did it go?
I took it and I ran. No.
He finally finds it after a brief moment and opens it up and looks through them and says, "You may slay a great evil, creature be it, or spirit, that threaten many peoples. You do this in the name of Tyr. This armor,
Alright.
as your witness, will shine."
You say what type? Anybody that's.
He says
Or is that
specifically
the-
a great like beast threatening people, or a great evil spirit. Like wraiths or zombies or whatever undead shit. Yeah.
Okay, yep, that's fine by me. That's kind of what I'm doing anyway.
As it shows up in your quest log, you're looking at like beast types.
Yeah,
enemy
yeah.
Types. But in any event, and you know the wiki and shit. You know what? For $50, you can win this quest right now. Also, for another 50, there's a loot chest with another achievement, or maybe more armor. But in any event, so
Start paying more.
by EA, it's in the game. Challenge everything, including good sense. As we were though, yeah. So the fellow gives you the thing. He actually gives you an option. He says, should you rescue someone of great repute or strength in their time of need, this armor will witness you for it.
Can I tell I've already done quite a few of these already?
He says, or perhaps another act of great self-sacrifice
All right,
that Tyr may see you as the purveyor of.
Yep. All right.
With that, you exit, making your way back towards, and all of you at the inn. You're filling capsules. You are
Eating.
and you are
Summoning my drink companion.
Yeah.
very good. You entered upon the inn's taverna area to see your Goliath companion eating. Last
what are
of
you
a
eating?
bit of a meal. You can see a brand new axe there.
Meat.
Yeah.
What type of meat?
Whatever meat they brought me.
It's different than soup. I don't-
Oh, it doesn't show
I
up
go
under
order some food and
Which is that,
sit
drinks?
by
Yeah.
Kalara then as well.
It doesn't show up in the where?
It doesn't show up under creatures. That's interesting.
I didn't even know there's a creature section in there. To be
Yeah.
quite frank. That's
They just
okay,
added
neat.
it.
Me either.
What type of what's on the menu tonight? What's the innkeeper's
What is-
temperature?
Could be.
Right.
Exactly.
You can see it's the same menu.
Same
There's
menu.
onion soup. There's onion soup, turnip soup is the soup of the day, and they've got
Turnip soup.
Where'd you get all this meat from?
There's meat, right?
oh yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where
there
the
was
horse-
meat
I'm
last
fucking-
yeah,
time.
but where'd the horse
Let me
go?
just get my shit.
They're
out
like,
of
oh,
here,
he's
sorry.
at this pasture now.
I ate
Soup
meat
and
last
soup.
time. It was like sausages or something.
Yeah.
I was
There's,
gonna grab some.
that's not
I was gonna grab some food from the market, but I did other things.
So the menu's got the same range of stuff. Today's special is listed as as a beef and turnip beef stew and turnip beef stew with, here we are, chestnuts.
I go back outside and go back to the market for food.
Sorry, looking through some notes here. Taro root.
Yeah, I'm already out the door. I don't want any more soup.
As you get
I
outside,
go back to the
I just want to
market.
mention, yeah, as you get outside, the market like sprawls, and immediately you see like several swamp delicacies that are hanging out, which obviously don't appeal to you. Beyond that, you can smell. There was the pork brisket guy. There was the beef on a stick. The caramel beef on a stick guy.
Can I roll anything just to see what type of good quality I find?
Yeah, well, it's investigate.
Because I don't really
Hit
care
it.
too much.
I mean,
It is a nat 20.
terrific
on
stuff.
investigation.
You like seal all senses and run past everybody.
Yeah.
You make it to a fine fried sort of Korean barbecue place.
Nice.
Where they've got an outdoor setup of sort of like hibachis, like little wooden framed and metal bowl hibachis. And you just order meat.
Yep.
And whatever veggies you want. And they've got just a brilliant selection of them, and everyone's kind of just standing out in the open air. And they've got all sorts of spices on a cart that they wheel around in the place, as well as they got like a bunch of. They've got it's an elf pair and a human who are all running this place. An elf couple and a human fellow. The human fellow is clearly the culinary expert, and the elves are kind of running around, taking care of everyone with various spices and whatnot. That place you feast at for it costs you a full gold,
All right.
and then 2 silver for every 2 pounds of meat.
I'll give him 3 gold.
You do so.
As I'm there, because I'll be there for a while. I was kind of like talk to the human that's the culinary genius about kind of like how I've become interested in food and like any tips or anything with like knowledge with that. Because I'll say I've been venturing a lot, and I'm kind of curious if I.
Yeah, by all means. Throw persuasion, just first and foremost, because I like where this is going. You can throw it at advantage.
It is a 13.
The first thing you get out of this individual is he tells you of
What's his name for one?
Rishtar.
Rishtar.
Gonna be learning how to cook me some good meat on our travels. Don't want any more
I got
pancakes.
He introduces himself as Chef Rishtar. After a while, Chef Rishtar. After a while, he tells you his name is Finnegan. His actual name is Finnegan. Finnegan Rishtar. But anyhow, Chef Rishtar tells you a couple secrets on the way to tell you that the place is seeing a real drought of fine foods coming in from the Cormyreans, fine foods coming in from the Sembian regions, and there's no chance you're going to expect anything from that side. And he points towards like the troll fens and whatnot. Where there's no trade coming in from. Anybody who wants to connect any trade usually has to come in from the north end and all this rigmarole with whatever shit resides up there. But that said, he talks about how there's a lack of good supply of food and foodstuffs, and then he also goes on to talk about how grains are becoming in short supply in this region, and he's heard a rumor that the main suppliers there, they're not sending as much or restricting supplies even coming into this region, coming into the western heartlands, western Cormyrean area. Why though, he doesn't know. He's heard all sorts of ideas, but nobody seems to know for sure. Regardless, he says the Foxmantles, they have whatever agreements set up. They have a monopoly upon all of the grains in the area. It's strange, but for whatever reason, the Oberskars, the ruling family of Cormyr, they agree to it. So Sembian supply is what we rely on. throughout the Cormyrean kingdom.
Okay. I was gonna, before I leave, I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna tell him I'm going heading to another town. Is there anything I could look for on the road to make a good meal when we camp? Because you said there's a lot of these big things are scarce, like starting to be scarce. Is there anything on the travel?
He gives you a couple of spices actually out of a large chest of, and says, "Look for these when you are in your travels. They are fairly commonplace, and they will make any meal palatable."
Okay. Cool.
So anytime you have these spices, and you can find them in various villages for 5 gold apiece. He says they're native to this area. We'll call. Sorry, one sec. I'll get you some names.
Hmm?
Are you almost done in your
Yeah,
barbecue?
I'm done. Oh,
Get the
yeah.
spices.
Sorry, I want to entertain this because this is going to be important later.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just say.
Spices are going to change the world.
Yes. Historically accurate.
It tells you to look for mire leaf that literally will smell like shit, but when mixed in, the smell dissipates when cooked. You have to cook it.
Yeah.
He tells you to look for fen root to grind it to a powder.
Yeah.
Look for vine salts, specifically serpent vine salts.
Okay.
There's a spice made from something called a bogberry, so just look for bogberry spice.
Yeah.
Dark purple berries, he says, if you're ever looking for them. And tells you of shadow cap dust, which is a simple mushroom that he describes to you. Triangular head, typically clean top. And for the clean top, you'll have moss around the edges. Anyway, he describes it to you.
You said that the bogberry's dark?
Dark purple berries, yeah.
Not the light purple poison dyes.
And finally, Lurker's Delight.
Wow.
This one, he says, is quite expensive. It's made from dried petals of a flower that only blooms under full moons in the swamps.
What does it look like?
He describes it as a pink-leafed, large petaled flower. Sorry, pink-petaled, large pink-petaled flower. Never.
You said you have to grind it after?
I said dried
That's
petals.
Dry it?
up,
Okay. So if I find that, that'd be cool.
And it's blessed.
He says that one specifically adds a strange spring to people's step.
2d4.
Okay.
1d4 for every sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
Cast bless.
Already made that joke.
Okay.
You're writing your spices down.
You're in Spice Town.
Yep. Okay. So then I'm gonna thank you, and I'll, with a full stomach, I'll head to sleep, and I'll give him, was that 3 gold?
Oh, can I grab a fishing rod before I go?
Oh yeah. So through an investigation.
Sure.
Can you find your fishing rod?
So then, yeah, just head up. I head out, like sleep for the night.
Okay.
15.
Maybe
You
want
don't
to-
find any fishing rods around for quite a moment until suddenly there's one fellow who seems to be selling them. At least he's got a cart and a bunch of fish, and he's got a bunch of rods sitting on a rack nearby. He's a scaled lizardly fellow.
I was about to ask what race he
Yeah, he's a squat, muscular, lizardly fellow dressed in humanoid Cormyrean clothes, leathers, bandings, that sort of thing. His scales, they're the same dark green as anybody else. No special shimmer or nothing to them, but As you approach, he's polite enough towards you. Friend Graham, what can I do for you? And as you look over the rods, you don't see yours amidst them. That said, you do see that there are several rods there, though. He's got a whole bounty of fish situated in various trunks that he's got sitting in the shade. You can smell the whole of the place just reeks of various forms of fish all mixed together.
Sure.
He's got drying overhead a bunch of larger bugs.
So they definitely work.
Stuff.
What are the prices on the rods?
The rods are ranging in price. They're like 5-10 gold apiece.
I'll just take one simple rod.
Okay. You do so. As he does, he says, I heard of a rod recently. I caught a crocodile. Can you believe it? One of the long lizard ones.
Oh my god.
I cannot. But here you are.
I'm kind of turning away when he says that. Of course, I turn to inquire about this rod. This mythical, legendary rod.
I don't believe a thing that the frogs tell me. But this is what they say.
The mythical rod.
Just over in Hooker.
Exactly.
Okay, I put that on my list of places to visit if we were to pass Hooker Town again. Stop in.
He shakes his head, looking away. Ha! Catch a crocodile. Let's see how they do as they go south early, yeah? He says as he looks away. With that said, though, the day comes and goes, I'm assuming? Is there anything else?
As I go up to bed, I have some leftovers because it was a lot of food, and I just give it to Thalara, which is eating some meat already, so I'm here like, try this. It's a lot better. Then I head up. Yeah, I bet.
You wake the next day with 2 temporary hit points. You wake the next day with a d6 plus 2 temporary hit points. As we were, though. Waking the next day to a decent breakfast, and the day's another bright day. Is there anything to do in the mornings other than?
I do what I did last time, and I went out to the fields, and that's where I do my ritual for the morning.
Mm-hmm. Right, so let's roll religion on this.
Where'd it go?
Do you have it?
Yeah, this is.
It is a
it's on
16.
Anything specific that you're putting forth towards your? Sorry, what's your deity's name again?
The founder.
You're following. Oh right, okay. Shoot, I mixed you up with the fucking other campaign. My bad. Okay.
Just about regrowth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm into it. Okay.
So yeah.
As you make your rounds about the fields, you put forth a few rituals as you pray towards each of the fields, but more to the point, you end up taking care of 3 bovine that are sick. The farmer looks at you. I'm not sure why this is happening. They just suddenly fell ill this morning. You can look over as you do this. You look over towards where he's pumping water into his troughs.
Yeah.
It is strange. I don't know what to make of it. Do you advise him to filter his water or something?
Yeah, I definitely advise him to filter the water.
What do you mean? You explain to him, and he gives a nod. Ah, yes, my father would do this sometimes. Of course, it's the water supply, is it?
Yeah, the water supply.
Perhaps we should let the others know. The city should know of this. If my water is as such, the whole of the kingdom, and he looks over towards it, comes from the same cistern.
Yeah, so everyone's probably going to get this entire.
Yeah, so I'll just say, we're having a meeting with
the
Lord this morning, and we'll tell him about it.
As you guys raise up, have your breakfasts,
I'm
anybody?
just going to check my gear and basically do some care on my little Drake fella.
It gives a girl. What do you think? I'm the spirit.
No, it takes physical form.
I am in a physical form. I know that. You know, Jim's like, what are you doing? He just kind of
I
like
did a little
gives a
scratchies
ruffle.
around his horn.
Oh, okay, that feels alright. As he looks up and down, like I don't know if you're gonna like put anything on him or do it like adorn him in any way. He just like kind of chuffs and shakes his scales, tells you even down.
It's just a small dragon right now.
Give him a little.
It's a small drake, but it's a very proud drake. I'll have you know
Give
I'm
him
a
a
proud
little
drake.
bandana.
says.
How many capsules was I able to fill?
All of them over the course of your long rest if you really want it. You're just sitting there kind of soaking yourself and humming and
Yes.
doing the thing. It's fine.
You sleep
The
with
rag in
yeah.
the armpit and everything.
Yeah.
Although, what did I say? It takes you an hour actually to do one. Yeah, that's hard actually. You know what? During
May
a
roll
long
for it?
rest, it's 1 an hour. Is
Okay.
what it says. So during a long rest, I'll let you have 2 for free.
Okay. 2 filled.
Otherwise, it's just gonna get ridiculous.
What if
Yeah.
he does 2, but then he sleeps on his rags? So he
Oh
gets
my
up
Wearing like a little,
You know what?
like a tube top rag.
Oh god.
Ew.
A G-string.
Do you want to do
A
this?
loincloth.
Do you want to do
Yeah.
this?
Which one? There's like 8 things in there.
Oh, I have no idea. I was
7 of them were
I was
insane.
listening to this soaking, but regardless, do you soak the rag for 8 hours?
Yes.
You wake up to it being chewed and holes have appeared in it. It seems your poison has some fairly
Corrosive.
effects.
For my own good.
But that said, the rag is now very damaged after 8 hours of use.
Oh no.
My ShamWow. Is there?
Technically, it would have been 6 hours because he spent 2 filling it.
I mean, let's not quibble.
Yeah.
Let's move on from
He
this.
went back. He went back to the inn pretty early, so I'm just ruling
Yeah.
that while you were having dinner, he had eaten
Yeah.
and was upstairs soaking this rag, and then slept. 2 hours is a long time. Maybe he was sitting with you at the table for that 2 hours. Too. But getting back to it, as I was saying, is anybody who's having breakfast can take a D6 this morning for temporary hit points at Taberna.
Breakfast. So even. Oh wow.
This of course overrides your 2
Yeah.
Cool.
Does it override my?
D6.
Yeah.
6-sided. That's of course.
Temp. You can only have 1 temp.
Sorry.
One.
Then I'd rather this. I'm like, this is a lot if I can add this.
Yes, how do you get at them?
I do not need to eat because I am stuffed from last night.
From your soup? What did you have last night?
No, he had the
I had
Korean
the
barbecue.
Korean barbecue.
Oh, that's right.
Like 3 pounds of it or something.
Well, I gave some to you. That's why you have 10 hit points.
Oh wait, do our temporary hit points reset after a long rest?
No.
Because I still had 8 temporary
Wow.
hit points from last
I did
time.
not.
The way temp hit points work is they're either used up or bigger ones take their place.
Oh.
She hit
Yeah.
herself with the foot once, and it's as much damage as she took last fight.
Yeah, they're either used up or bigger ones take their place unless it says otherwise. Sometimes they'll say like you get 10 hit points for 1 day.
So you said you have how many from?
Well, I originally had 8.
Yeah.
And I
How
just
did you
rolled a
lose?
1.
So you just keep the 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whichever one's bigger.
So
Did you lose any in that swamp?
Doubt
No,
it.
she only damaged herself.
Oh, right.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
we're all
lucky.
up now.
Yeah, we gotta go have a meeting.
Indeed.
Meeting.
And tell
Gotcha.
them about the water.
Yeah.
2
We're gonna have to talk
hours
about.
later.
Yeah.
So, returning upon the inn, you get up earlier than everybody. That's fine. You get up at the times of the call. Returning upon the tavern, you can see the place is actually quite boisterous with all the merchants having come through. The place is obviously seeing quite the business. That is not the right music. Good grief. That's bad. And the service is in full swing. You guys have completed, the ritual of having checked over your gear, fed yourselves, got yourselves prepped for the day. It is a bright, muggy, sunshiny day in the far seas. Or just north of. And as you make your way out into the city streets with your companions, you are greeted with another sunshiny day of the trade festival. 46 years of Nika is raging all around you with every form of snake oil, and every form of food, and every form of goods, products, or otherwise stuff that one could sell, hawk, or unload. As you make your way towards the, as Christo, I should say, hobbles in lead towards, or actually, I guess it would be horseback. You know what? What do you? No. You know what? Sorry. As Christo sits at the head of the wagon that he called for you guys to take up the way, he looks about at all the various merchants wordlessly, looks towards you all, and simply asks, "So, did you find anything decent out there while you were enjoying this madness?"
I had a phenomenal massage.
He gives a nod at this. You know, I thought about that too. He is taking out his crossbow and looking it over, and you can see he's idly done a little screwdriver that he's tightening something upon it with, giving an adjustment of the cable. Was it worthwhile? He looks around.
Productive.
He gives a nod at this.
I just hold up this rag with holes in it. I'm looking at Crystal through the holes.
He gives a shake at this.
What's going on?
How you're closely on you. I do not know, my queen friend.
I'm totally naked except for the bandolier.
He looks back towards the driver and then gets up and says something to the driver and gives him 2 silver. The driver just kind of waves and says, "Not necessary. Not necessary." As you guys make your way up, you can see that there's a lot of revelry occurring at the castle. You guys are making your way up this pathway, up the tidal towards the castle that is situated at the top. Holy crap, we're already 8:30. As you guys look upon the castle entryway, like I say, you can see all sorts of revelry inside. You can hear a bit of music coming out from the place. And clearing past the gate, which is wide open with guards posted wherever and around and upon the ramparts, you come to the main gate of the castle where there's whatever lineup set upon that seems to be going in. Christo simply says, "Never mind this lineup, we have an appointment." The wagon makes its way over, veering off to the side of the main entry. You can see that there's almost the equivalent of the main drag in terms of merchants and all sorts of activity within this courtyard. Just absolute pandemonium with how many people and how much stuff there is in here. But then something changes in Christo's mood as he glances over towards the one side, and those of you following his gaze will see a pair of large covered wagons, larger than all the rest, boxy things that have a clearly emblazoned circular encircled fox head upon the side of the wagon. And he just stares at them for a moment and does a nod like this, and you can see him kind of fondle his crossbow as he jumps off the wagon. Nice! Fuck. And he takes his cane off of like a holster that he has of his belt. It just kind of sits sidelong and does one of these, and it extends out and locks. He starts like hobbling again as he makes his way towards the entry of the castle. Come on, this is not going to take long, I should hope. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah, hop along.
That is not the music. Fuck that noise.
Kristoff's injury is just like an old injury from the war and everything.
Yeah, he's like mid-30s.
Yeah.
And so he's still spry, but fuck. Oh yeah, no, he was in the military at like 16. He's one of those kids that was like, I'm in, I'm done. I'm
Child
out.
soldier.
Yeah, totally.
I just follow silently with my drink next to me.
Sorry, you know what? I'm actually gonna do this.
I just see that for the first time. Oh my god! What is that?
I bonded with a ancient draconic spirit and it took form.
My frog jaws and troughs.
He spits lightning.
Oh my god, dude. You're blowing my like frog brain right now.
His name is Drenathor.
How big is it? Like, do you know how many like feet it is? Like, tall?
It's a small dragon.
What is this?
So it's not too.
He's medium?
What?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
he's
just wondering
a
in
small
comparison
dragon.
to Flip.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Well, I'm small. So I think he's
Armor class is 14 plus natural armor, so PB. Hit points 5 plus 5 times my ranger level. And the Drake has a number of hit dice D10s.
Yeah, I'm
equal to
wondering if
What is
it's a
his
word.
size?
It just says small dragon.
Oh.
Nope. Fuck that.
Strength
Who's medium
is
so I can ride
16
him?
plus 3, Dex 12 plus 1, Con 15 plus 2, Intelligence is 8
maybe.
minus 1
Here we
at
go.
a disadvantage,
Does he grow?
Wisdom
Do
14
we win?
plus 2,
Are you supposed to
Charisma.
ride him at some point?
I can.
Small.
When I hit level 7, he grows
That's awesome.
to a medium. And
Entering it upon the castle proper, following in behind Christo, you can see guards on either side. Amidst the various crowds that have assembled in here, you can see all sorts of nobles of all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors. You can see all sorts of races. There's elves, there's dwarves, there's swamp people of all sorts, frog people, lizard people especially. And you can absolutely recognize the various colors of some of the more well-known families, especially of Cormyrean or Swamp Repute. You can see the recognizable patterns of the coral hearts, as well as you can see there are representatives of the Orbiskers that have gathered here. Christo doesn't pay any mind to any of them, making his way through the crowds, milling amidst all the various people as he makes his way steadily towards the far end of this large hall where everybody is gathered. You can see at the far end there's a pair of double doors on either side, as well as one larger set in the center, which is slightly open, revealing a large stained glass window on the other side and the main meeting hall that you guys entered upon last time that you were here. And so, without a moment's hesitation, he just walks past more or less every guard, every noble, just dodging here and there. And you watch as he's doing so, spry upon his cane, like hopping this way and that, making his way, ducking past there. This is a guy you've watched him fight with whatever injury. Makes his way to the far end, kind of sidelong dodges past everybody, hopping on one foot, keeping his cane at the steady, and like occasionally bopping somebody on the thigh to move him out of the way. As he, like I say, he fences his way to the front of this place and gets through the doors at the far end, entering upon the main chambers, disappearing almost ahead of you guys. I need athletics or acrobatics checks, your choice. 12 or better to keep up with him through the crowd.
Alright.
You have guidance.
Acrobatic.
What was it?
12 or better to keep up with him.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Your choice.
Acrobatics?
Or athletics, your choice.
Oh,
23.
13.
Terrific.
I have
16.
20.
Terrific. Sorry?
16.
Terrific. You all keep up with him just fine.
I don't think you beat it enough.
Right? The cool thing is I get the extra plant life to just stick to the side and shit. I'm just gonna get these out of here so I can...
Is Christos? Sorry, this
Is
is
that your workplace skills from beating the dogs? Hey!
stupid questions with Christos injury. He's probably going to be injured.
Quite a bit coming.
It's a permanent injury.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's nothing
Like that a cleric could do.
that a cleric could do.
Yeah, no, it's what happens when somebody
Smells like
casts
food.
cure
Okay.
while it's not seated properly.
Okay.
Like that M. Night Shyamalan movie, Old or something.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Where she's crawling to the cave.
I haven't seen it. My wife told me about it.
never
I was
mind.
like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? So, right, as I was saying, you guys managed to penetrate the crowds and turn upon the rear chambers where, as you get in upon the lesser crowd here, the din has certainly changed. As you can see at the far side, there's the robust mountain of a fellow, Caduca, astride a table, leaning down as he's standing across it, facing who you understand to be, from dress as well as position, upon a throne of a chair, I should say, at this long table. The fellow himself, Lord Jon Aris. Christo doesn't break a step, continuing past until suddenly you see a massive black-skinned human with massive shoulders and arms and a large, an equally massive chin step in front of Christo and just simply put a hand towards him and reach out, grabbing a hold of Christo as he as he refuses to cease his advance. You watch Christo actually stop at this though, and just look up into the face of the large square head that is tilted down towards him. The fellow is dressed in a ceremonial form of Cormyrean armor that is clearly covered for the Aris family. He's wearing an Aris crest. And Christo looks behind himself almost instinctively as he seems to sense when you guys are getting close to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if I see that guy's hand on him, I'm just gonna like take a step forward.
As you come towards, Christo puts a hand up and says, Dorimo, I have to speak to your brother. And the large square head looks down at him with deep brown and red eyes, and he's human, but you can see that he's very, very foreign, even to this place. And with a deep, resonating baritone voice, he simply says, you will see him when it is your turn. You will wait like the rest. Christo looks up at him. Now is my time. I don't know why he would point to his wrist. Never mind that part. He points out the window and says, now is my time.
Christoph invents watches.
Yeah.
Just right there, and they're all like, wow! Anyway, and so Timex of the D&D world is one. But Dorimo gives him a slight shove backwards and says, there will be peace this day for the name of Nika, as well as the Aris and Cormyreans. He simply says as he steps backwards, and he just like idly puts his hands upon this like rotund belly that he pushes out from under the breastplate that he wears. With that, he looks towards you, but he doesn't like acknowledge anything more than Christo. And then, like I say, he steps back, and you can look around and see there's purple dragons here. There's 2 of them that you notice, but it looks like the rest of these guys are Aris soldiers, formally speaking. They're not Cormyrean soldiers, purple dragons and such, but militants at the noble house. With that said, the place is filled with a few nobles, but not nearly the crowd of the previous chambers. And Jon, as I said, is currently speaking to what you can see is Caduca and another figure, a tiefling, dressed in a dark green robe. And at one point, a dark green robe, golden miniature devil horns sticking forward, slightly curved upwards. He's got a triangular head with a bit of a goatee as a tuft, his clothing is functional black drab with a few pockets on his pants and a few belts across his body that don't seem to hold anything. He's got a pair of daggers that you can see jutting from his back as he occasionally poses this way or that. Astride him, you can see an older fellow with graying head of hair, looks to be about average build, and he's dressed in robes with the clearly emblazoned fox and circle. And you can also note that they've got guards. They've got a quartet of their own guards there. I'm going to say that there's actually quite a few like militant fellows around here. You can see like every other noble has a bodyguard or 2, if that makes sense. But that's who's at the table there, as I say. And so you've got Jon Aris at the one side, you've got Caduca Aris astride him, and the tiefling fellow and the robed fellow who has the fox head upon his mantle. And they're speaking in not super hushed tones, but they're not clearly audible as you guys are hanging about here. Christo is a bit annoyed, but is politely waiting. He looks back towards you. Waste of time. I should have known better. I should have dated this better. I should have scheduled this better. Kind of just like stands there, arms folded, looking around the chamber. The whole of the place, as I say, is just what it is, thick with people and conversation.
Is there like a lineup, or how is
You
it?
guys are watching a conversation apparently between some parties. Like I say, you see there's a fox mantle someone, and you see that there's this tiefling, rather regally dressed, you want to say, as you stare upon his clothing. He's got the belts, he's got the cargo pants, and then he's got like a collared shirt, if you will. And you see that he's got a bit of drip. A little bit. And the robe itself, it's green, but it shimmers when he moves around. Like I say, like a cape. You know what I mean? Fur collar, that sort of thing.
And what's his name again? Aristar?
So, Lord Jon Aris,
Aris.
known as the Carpenter King.
I'm at a disadvantage for charisma, so, and intimidation.
As we were.
I think I'm just gonna ask Christo, why are we here again?
We're going to be speaking to him of our deeds.
Just to report on what he asked us to do?
We had an agreement. He is supposed to be introducing us to the contact. Someone who can help our Lord Uskira with his needs.
I think I'm just gonna call out as loud as I can and say, Aris!
You do so, eh?
Yep.
That's fine. Caduca looks over towards you. It's you! He says. What are you doing here? He simply says. You hear John. Actually, you don't hear John. You just see John do one of these. Like from the side, is what I'm saying, is Caduca's just like, doing one of these. This like mountain of it. Like he's just a V. I want to say. And he's like, he's got to be like 49, 50, and just this huge mountain figure who's just robust and rotund and constantly sweating. And he's got like a pith helmet at his back, like I say.
I thought he had a giant head.
He actually has a giant body and just a round, bald head. Just the whole of him bald, and the little tiny baby face in the center of it.
Oh.
Can you imagine? He was like Caillou if he worked out a lot and wasn't weighing.
He's like Kingpin.
You know what? Yeah, he's like fucking Kingpin. Perfect, thank you. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. He's fucking Kingpin if Kingpin were Steve Irwin. I'm not kidding. That's exactly it. That's so perfect. Thank you. Can't even thank you enough for that. So that's the body we're going for. He is Kingpin, but Steve Irwin. And John is dressed in finery, but is nowhere near that stature. He's the average dude. He's your average build. He's known as, like I say, the Carpenter King, says Christo over and over. This man is wasting my time.
And he gestured at me, right? They both did?
He recognized you from the bar.
And then, did Aris hear me?
Aris, John doesn't recognize you. John's looking at his brother Caduca and asking.
Yeah. I'm just gonna yell again. We had an agreement. Can we get this going?
Caduca looks over towards you. Sure, let's get everybody in here. Look at this, John. We got everybody lined up. What are we talking about this for anyhow? He says very loudly. And you can see John just put his hands down, getting a little flustered at this. And actually, he's sitting. He just kind of does one of these. Caduca. You guys are actually coming closer, I'm assuming? Okay, so like I say, you can hear this exchange happening. The whole of the place around is still kind of just doing whatever they do.
Well, I mean, I'm going to assume there's people skirting around me because I have a Drake with me.
There's a nice crowd of different sorts of people, and you'd think that. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are too bothered, given that, as you notice, there's large lizardly fellows in robes with massive teeth themselves.
Yeah.
Hanging around, just kind of doing their thing. Actually, we'll just make this room really big. Really big. Just like this. Trying to lay me out some random nobles.
The tieflings here too and stuff around the table.
He is.
I have an idea, but it might be bad.
I'd like to hear it. I like bad ideas. I love bad ideas, actually.
Looks like you got the smack on. Those ones are throwing hands.
Well, because
Yeah,
Is that Batman?
they gonna fight.
because we all have
What?
because we all have 10 hit points already, and we just did a rest.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared a different spell.
8?
So I got rid of 8. I got rid of 8 because we have 10 HP
But
already.
8's not 10.
Oh,
That's what I was
it's
saying
not.
before. I was like, that's why it's good, because it's not 10.
Never mind then. Huh? Oh, 8's not 10.
No, it increases your max by 5 and heals you at the same time.
Sexy.
Yeah. So it acts like it, but it's not allowing you to have 2 pools at the same time.
I was going to take Zone of Truth and put it around the table.
Oh. Slam your fist up like, there shall be no lies told here tonight.
Okay, I can't reach the other side.
That'd be
Because
shit.
I
It's all good.
don't really want command in this.
Yeah, that might be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I didn't want to shit hit the fan real quick.
Is that a bird?
Oh,
Fresh
look
dead
at the little
nobles.
scroll.
There's a bird over there.
A bird?
No, not. Is that a bird?
Which
is.
one?
On that post?
Oh,
It's a
back
raven.
there. That's cool.
I bet it
I
is.
could only see the items on the table, and I was like, no, it's a
Budgie.
bird like.
Yeah,
No.
remember Eddie?
Thankfully.
What's that clear things look like? Some bottles?
How many people are we putting up here?
Oh, that's plenty. That's lots, yeah. I just want, let's just spread them out into cliques a bit. Make them, noble.
Do you think that would be a bad idea?
Bad ideas make the best memories, let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a song.
Alright.
I don't know where all the other schools went, damn
We
it.
just had
Anyway, I think that's
a
lots.
rest, right?
I think everybody gets the
Long
message.
rest,
Right?
okay,
It's like
so I'm
things
preparing.
happening on the table.
Some crates, some cubes.
Let the cubes
barrel.
rain.
Couple barrels, yeah. There's drinks going around. Shit being serviced, obviously. View.
You should just sit in one of the barrels.
Oh my
Get really high.
goodness. Come on. You can do it. There it is. Okay, sweet.
Zone of truth on the table, everyone else is high as fuck.
Yeah. Speaking of which.
I guess we'll put this in the center here. You know why? Because we
We got
can't.
rid of guiding pole.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I've honestly, to be honest with you, I've rarely ever seen it hit. Even though, like, technically it should
You should.
hit more often than not, I just seen somebody like 5th level guarding bolt on like
Misses.
some devil, and then it's just like shoo, over the devil's head.
Little flick on the.
Oh yes, please. Beep.
There are a lot of people here.
Where do you? Next to me or next to?
It's kind of crowded here. For a little bit of mischief, could I go and pop
Bless
the
you.
tops on one of those kegs and just mix my little froggy finger in there, just to get people high? These nobles these nobles are having a good time.
Nice.
I mean, who wouldn't?
They'll loosen up.
So I just want to make sure. Oh, you know what? We can't. We're
1,000
not
new
gonna.
laws passed.
I think that's probably enough of
It is
it
a
all.
holiday.
Let's put that in.
We're celebrating 50, 60 feast or something, how better to do that than with psychedelics?
That's true.
Yeah, let's get some celebrities in.
Batman's not a celebrity?
No.
Oh, he's very much. Yeah.
Okay.
He's. Yeah.
Is he the tiefling?
That's, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see the little gold horns now.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing Dorimo and Caduca and Jon.
It's very crowded.
Actually, I'm not going to use that. That was lame. That's just weird.
I don't trust that bird.
What's that?
I don't trust the bird.
He's gone.
No, he moved it.
Oh, okay. Because when I looked again, it was like a candelabra.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, you know what?
Can you do your own drugs if you feel like it?
No.
That'll
How come
do.
you?
We'll go with him.
I can't even get
For
drunk.
Dorimo.
Aw.
Christo.
But Flick's high on life.
Christo's there. You guys can put yourselves wherever you like.
I think we're on the
Over
other
there? Yeah,
side.
if you want to move us over there, except for Flick's on the
Yeah,
other
I'm all good.
You're already over there.
side.
I'm on the party detail. I'm that kid at the school dance.
And we'll say there's a bodyguard there.
Spiky.
Bodyguard fellow there.
This looks like a shit show about to happen.
Bodyguard there. What gives you that impression? Don't know what you mean. So with
I'm still gonna do what I'm doing.
is everybody laid out in the powder cake? I mean the ballroom. I mean the place.
I mean the trap.
I mean the trap. Yeah.
Can you move me up closer?
It's a trap.
I'll be like slightly in front of you. Yeah. I want to keep in front of him.
And I like the look of you, and you deserve to get used from time to time. So you know what? You're gonna be in there too.
I like that.
And bear with me. I'm just gonna
That's
find
cool.
Caduca.
He's a bugbear.
I've never had to have him out, so I don't really have. Ooh.
What do you think I should
There's
do?
town folk. Town folk.
Right away, it makes they know I cast it.
Oh, that not just that. Everyone in the room.
You know what?
Yeah.
I feel like if I repaint him, he'll be a great
I mean,
Caduca.
dude, if you feel, if it comes up in the moment, he feels organic. Go for it.
Yeah.
Smash.
Otherwise, I will use this guy right now.
What is that?
Some bearskin axe toter.
Nice.
Or you mean that guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Is
it's a
that
Reaper
a-
mini that I got out of Buddy.
reminds me
He had a
of
bunch
that-
of random Reaper minis.
Oh, cool. I thought it was that guy from Street Fighter.
Yeah, looks like him. Yeah.
Ha!
Blanca?
Yeah. If he had,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
if he
yeah,
had
yeah.
like yellowish
Yeah.
hair,
No,
or orange
down on
hair.
the ground.
Feels
These
silly,
ones that
but-
didn't fall on the ground.
Yeah, so that'll do as far as the Caduca goes.
So I thought you were pointing to the bag. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, Jon. Fuck. I totally forgot.
Jon.
Yeah. He's not yellow.
Where is he?
Feeling makes you stronger.
That's true. Jon Aris. And I got Dorimo. Okay, so we got Dorimo, Caduca, Jon. And we got the Tiefling.
Oh,
The Tiefling.
Whatever.
Tiefling.
If you want, if I bring snacks, grab it.
And some serving lunches, some entertainers. Where the fuck? Servers.
There's too many people.
How wide do you think this room is? Like this section of the room.
I think that's a 40-foot length, actually.
Alright.
40 by 40.
No, it's a 60. Yeah, 60 foot.
60 foot?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just fireball the whole place.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Fireball kills all the people. I am now not neutral good. Plot twist.
They're all servers.
Has to wait a little bit for his appointment, so he goes full evil.
Yep.
Sorry, totally forgot the guy. That guy, nope, that guy, nope. Where'd you just go?
You got a lot of guys.
What do you look like?
Just a rogue dude.
Where's Waldo?
You know what? He'll do.
Okay.
Damn. That is. Oh no, here he is. Damn. You know what? I like this one.
Different vibes.
Matches the blue guy in the
Yeah.
back. So now we have the Fox Mantles, who are out there. Ah, fuck it. With that said, there's also
Uh-oh.
well, there are lizards here,
Yeah.
and we'll do that. Yeah, powder keg.
You should roll to see how many people have gone away.
With that said, bam. Falling
That was
apart.
slightly offensive to my ears.
You're welcome. Oh,
Nice.
I forget something now. Free cam.
Can I get a
Nice.
You still have it. Yeah.
It's about to get used.
Yeah, good. I feel bad for using this.
Do you need me to?
He has to roll for every single person.
No, it's just out of focus for some stuff.
Command?
But if you like do
No,
that,
no,
For
just
Jon
hold
and
on.
Caduca.
I might be full of shit.
Yeah, they probably use the line a lot too, so they're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm allergic to truth.
it did
Yeah.
it
Did it autofocus?
for like a second.
Okay, so it is on. That's good. Sorry, bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm looking for my music in this mess. And so, as you guys enter in a pond, like I was saying, as you guys approach, you're approaching. Sorry, what is everybody else doing? Just real quick.
I'm spiking the.
You're moving over towards. Okay, no worries.
Oh, do you want me to roll?
I'm shadowing.
No, I'm just asking what everybody's doing. So you're shadowing.
I'm shadowing Krista.
Sorry, you're shadowing who?
Krista.
Crystal.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, yeah, and yourself? Anything special?
Yes. I am going to zone of truth the entire room.
Okay.
Yep.
That'll be.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty then. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
That's why I wanted to wait for like the initial
You're not just stirring the pot. That's like
conversation.
dumping
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
wait a
cauldron.
sec, but
They're gonna be like, did you drug these guys?
yes.
Oh, yeah. Right? Like, what are you doing over there? Drugging everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be loopy.
I'm like,
Now all we
Abraham-
need is some good.
Was it Abraham Lincoln? Who? Was it George Washington? Was like, I cannot tell a lie.
Yeah.
George Roggington.
Sorry, I'm just looking for a
Flick washing.
particular one in here. But you think I could find one? Oh, there it is. Shit. Yeah, right on. I don't even know if I can do one of these, but we'll go for it. Try that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a sec. I'm gonna wait.
I was
till-
gonna say, maybe you just.
I'm gonna wait a
On?
sec.
How do
Yeah.
things go?
Yeah, I'm gonna see how things go, and then
They were willing to tell
that's
the
my
truth.
plan. Yeah.
John doesn't seem like a bad guy when we talk.
Oh, I don't trust his brother. His brother's very.
No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, so shit. Trying for a particular mood, but I really can't trust any particular track. So,
It's probably just like some music playing, right? So there's
yeah.
Well, there's like an entertainer there.
Bear with me, sorry guys. I'm going through my
Oh,
own
that's
here.
that is.
As we were
So I'm not doing anything right now.
Spikes on this side?
I'm hoping.
coming in towards where the standoff is occurring, you see John, like I say, from the side profile, he's just sitting, just doing one of these, looking up at his brother. He's got the expression of disbelief. A diminutive fellow next to this massive mountain of sweating pasty white flesh, burnt over the brow and across his arms, hairy as he is all over. He's just kind of shaking the table. You can see the whole of this massive mahogany table with his weight as he's just shuddering and looking over towards you as you approach, and then looks at his brother, up towards his brother again, and his brother, who's leaning across the side, finally leans up. This isn't okay. You can't trust this fella. You can't trust any of these. Just, you can't, Jon. And Jon looks up towards him. You need to settle down, Caduca. Who are these people? He simply says after a moment as he glances over towards you all, and then looks directly back at his brother. Introduce yourselves. Caduca simply says, and he beckons towards you all.
This is Christo. We met.
As you point out Christo simply waves. I was willing to wait my turn. Don't include me in this. I am not part of this. Whatever your issues are, you sort them out. You can see
We have
the
an
tiefling, I just want to mention, immediately gives the evil eye over towards Christo, and the Foxmantle guy does as well. And Christo kind of just leans back on his cane and strokes his chin as he waits. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna
Yeah.
step forward with
Tell
my
who-
drake and tell them
we all know
we
it.
have
We all
very,
know
very
it.
important news regarding the city's water supply and the ancient cistern.
Kind of a safety thing.
It's a matter of public safety and health.
Caduca looks at you guys for a moment. You see that, Jon? People who are helping us, people who are here for us, okay? And I don't know what you think these guys are doing, but they're not here for us. That paper right there is gonna be a death sentence for the whole of the population. You can't do this. And as this happens, Jon looks over towards you. What news do you bring?
Wait, I thought she already.
What?
Thought she already
The
said.
water is
Yeah.
poison.
The water supply has been tainted by some form of corrupted substance. There was a possessed creature formed by demonic arts that we slew in the cistern. And I'm assuming we brought samples of the ore with us.
Caduca, did you know anything about this? I to bring it to you. What does it matter? Yeah, we know about the sister.
I would
You
like to
didn't know what was going on there with that. That's news to me.
I would like to present a sample of the malleable ore that we found.
As you bring it towards Christo, just what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't quite pay attention, or you do?
I do.
As he brings it forth, you kind of glance at him as he's kind of wide-eyed, kind of staying you. But Caduca says, "What do you got there?" And Jon looks over towards, and then looks at Caduca, and then looks back at the tiefling. And for the first time, you guys notice the tiefling staring intently at what you have. And the fellow in the back is as well.
I'm gonna and fall on her.
You're gonna splash me with the frog water?
Yeah. Well, no, it shouldn't leak. We've got a lid on the barrel.
Throw me the
What is happening?
throw me a performance or deception, your choice.
Just randomly goes, ah!
+1 for performance. I want to check. You said this. Oh, both.
Yeah.
Should I cast it? I don't know either. This is just in case, right?
Oh,
You said performance 4. Just
What do you
get?
your choice.
Yeah,
11.
I'm waiting.
11, terrific stuff. You with the barrel, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Now, where are you aiming said barrel?
It's on my back.
No, I realize that, but as you're falling forward,
Yeah.
we're gonna assume that the barrel is gonna launch lots of barrel water, grung infused barrel water,
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
nutritious, flavorful.
Soup!
Where are
Woo!
you?
That's my Gatorade.
Woo! It's gonna be a
I'm
something.
falling onto you.
Aid.
So where are you?
Like
Like
AIDS.
in
You're
your
right.
right. Am I right?
You give me a high for like a week.
You're like
It's
here?
you.
No.
That's your
Here.
left.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Right. So I guess that way. Kind of in that direction. So towards this. Kind
So,
of Batman and
Sorry,
the
you're
back.
here and
Yeah.
you're aiming it towards
Because I'm
there.
trying to fall on her.
Yeah.
So it's like this way.
Alright, that's fine. As the barrel smashes open and this tidal wave falls out, you can take a D4 bludgeoning. You know what? What's your
Oh
constitution?
yeah, one of their surveyors is dead. Grabbed his ID, right?
You did, actually.
Yeah,
you
and
grabbed the
it's
badge,
AR.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry?
16.
16? So it's going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage you're taking in the drop upon you. Actually, make that 4 because there's a barrel of water involved. That's a lot of weight. That said, you crush your companion, and Kristoff just jumps backwards, not expecting this, not sure what to make of this, but it's happening now. Can't change the channel.
The whole time I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So the water flies out. The tiefling fellow, you watch as he kind of goes like this, gives a quick pan, and a quick whoosh, which will be abyssal for wall. At which point he casts a thaumaturgical effect to blast away the water that's coming towards him. More to the point, he shields his companion, the foxmantle fellow, and most of the table, although not all the parchments, are staved with water. Some of it lands upon, splashing it across. Caduca, who gets a brunt of it, kind of stands there. You see, John, you can't just what? Anyhow, like I was saying, and almost doesn't break a beat as he goes on. And John, who watches it come across, some of it makes its way trickling off, and then he watches a bunch of it fly overhead, and it splashes down on the lizards in the background. A little bit of rain here and there. It doesn't really affect anybody too much. In its diluted form, but everybody kind of, oh my goodness, hey! The music kind of stops for a moment and then starts back up a second later.
Scratch.
And as you're covering up, Christo says, "My apologies. This is not how I wish this to."
I would like to take.
Are you all right under that? Hey?
I would like to take advantage of the chaos and roll for a sleight of hand to swap out the ore so I can rehide it on my person and instead change the subject while everyone's shocked and take out the identities and papers of the dead surveyor and be like, we also found one of your surveyors and he unfortunately has passed. He was murdered, we believe.
Dorimo comes over towards you at this point and holds out his hand. May I?
I give him the parchments.
He takes it from you in his massive Trunkosaurus hand and looks upon it and presents it over to Caduca, who, with his Trunkosaurus arms, holds forth and grasps hold of it. John, this was the surveyor for the cistern. He holds it forth. John looks upon it. What does that even mean? John, it's something to investigate. John, are you here?
There was a broken crossbow bolt in his brain.
Caduca looks over towards you, raising an eyebrow. Dorimo shakes his head. Would it be the skill? I don't know. I don't know. But John, we got to put this on hold. There's so much going on. You can't make this. John, we don't have the resources. We can't leverage against our own people. I can't let my people starve. Caduca. John, it's our people all over. As you guys look upon the parchment that's in front of John, and you can see that he's got a quill and an ink pot next to him, a little set of seals in the wax. You can see other people are starting to take notice of the exchange at this point, breaking off their conversations and taking a closer look. Some of the servers have even stopped moving about.
Am I able to use my magic awareness while I'm getting up off the ground?
Yes.
So it's as an action, I can open my awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Till the end of my next turn, I know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. And when I sense a spell, I learn which school of magic it belongs to.
Nice.
That's fine. You recognize the magic that he uses as thaumaturgy, and you also, hang on a sec, you can detect magic items?
Yep.
What's the
That's
range?
not within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover.
You can detect that the horned fellow has a pendant necklace that is hanging off and fully revealed. It has a rainbow dewdrop pendant upon it. He's also got rings on his horns and fingers. But none of them are magical. Just the pendant.
Does it say you can know what type
When
of
it's
magic
a
it is?
spell,
Oh, never
I
mind.
can learn which
Okay.
school of magic it belongs to.
Gotcha.
So if it's
all-
like a magic
almost
item.
right there.
yeah.
Sorry. No. Nothing? Okay. The whole of the space, as I said, has come to focus upon the exchange in the center. Dorimo looks upon his pair of brothers. The tiefling doesn't say a word. Jon looks upon you all.
Can
You
I,
were saying that... Sorry, go ahead.
can I make an insight check on Jon?
Yield. You may. What's your passive insight?
Passive I have inside 15.
You can see that he's perturbed. He's tense. He seems embarrassed. He's red in the face at times. Clears up quickly. If you imagine an exchange between, like, Fix-It Felix and Wreck-It Ralph,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of the comparison I go for there.
What about Jon's brother?
Well, Jon's brother is Caduca,
Oh,
which
I
would
thought-
be Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
And Dorimo is also their brother, although he's
Oh, okay.
black.
Who did he say he was going to introduce us to?
A fellow by the name of Rutherford, apparently.
I think I'm just going to say we did what you asked us to do, plus more. Can you fulfill your side of our agreement?
Jon looks at you, as does Caduca. And Jon says, you see? Yes, we will fulfill our portion of this. Christo, you wanted an introduction. Jon, no! Caduca simply interjects and he, like, shakes the table as he does so. He's under lock and key for a reason. You can't afford these sorts of things. They're foreigners, Jon, as much as they want to help. Jon! And Aris just looks over towards you. Dorimo will take you. Christo simply gives a nod of his head. Thank you, Zara. Thank you, Dorimo. Everyone, I believe we are finished here. I can't, Jon. I can't anymore. Caduca backs up from the table, the tiefling giving him a kind of raised eyebrow expression. Don't you look at me like that, you fuck. He just, like, throws his hands up, turns around, and the whole of the crowd separates like that as he starts walking towards him. A few people kind of, get away from me. So sweaty, hairy. Out of my way, you fucking plebes, sycophants.
Just before the brother parts, can I run over and say something? Seeing this, like, brother rivalry, very sad, of course, very tragic. I'm like, this is not a time for brute force. This is a time for diplomatic, thoughtful words. And I run over and grab one brother's cloak, and another brother's cloak. Happy birthday!
The massive mammoth man simply looks down at you. These are our people, Jon. Look at them.
And I just like a jump, the biggest.
You're just touching
Watery
their clothes.
black
right?
eye. What?
You're just touching their clothes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just their clothes.
To your surprise,
Purposely.
Caduca simply picks you up barehanded and
Whoa.
puts you right there and isn't affected in the slightest. He looks down.
Amazing.
Our people, all of them. Think about what Dad wanted. The Cropuses were better than you. The Osrins did more than you. And what is this?
Like a baby.
He just walks off
Yeah.
with you. You're our people, buddy.
Oh my god, my
This is our people! All of them!
He's like Lion Kinging it.
I have
Oh
my
yeah.
arms and my
You hear in the distance. Anyway, so he literally holds you up. Our people! Jon's just in the background shaking his head and looking over towards the tiefling. As this all fades off, you're carried through the crowd, summarily like a trophy of purpose, of song and strife, as Caduca keeps going, people moving out of his way. Is he holding a frog? As you shout out, I'm assuming, echoing all throughout the chambers.
Yeah, he really painter and painter.
Eventually the doors open up and he reaches the extent. None of you understand without them. We'll all be dead. This is just another hole in the ground before Cropus even. You don't know. And he walks out, his massive shoulders bashing against the doors. He like bulls into them, pushing the massive metal doors open. Hit the slime streak of you sitting there, kind of causing a bit of the hairs to cinder off of his arm, and he's just like, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. And he punches through a brick wall on his way out. The whole of like a blood spatter explodes against the wall, and some of the stone actually crumbles, cracking and falling away as the frustrated mammoth walks away down one of the halls of this regal place.
Grung in hand, or
No, he puts him down, apologizes to him, punches a wall, and walks off. Grabbing his helmet and fanning himself, he disappears around a corner soon after, his massive footfalls echoing away as he disappears.
Can while all that is happening, can I like kind of like look onto the table and see what the parchment says that he's trying to sign?
You absolutely can. Throw me a perception check, though, to see how much of it we get. Of a passive perception of 13, anybody with 12 or better can see that it's certainly some sort of official writ with all sorts of seals upon it. Many of them seem to be related to the Symbian government. You recognize various crests and seals from your times tootling about your own home country. More to the point, you see at the title of it something to the effect of leverage upon lands owned. And there's no title, so to speak. It's not like it has, evil shit. No, it's just the first line says leverage upon lands owned in larger letters than the rest. And the rest of the document, rolled what?
I haven't rolled. It said passive, so I have a 15. What is it? What am I looking for?
Perception. This is your perception.
Oh.
So 15 plus bonus?
Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. See how much of it they get.
7. Yeah, 14 plus. Where's my proficiency bonus?
Yeah.
So 16. Yeah.
16? Okay. As you read down it, you can see that it mentions geyser parks, as well as sorry, hang on a sec. What was the name of that I gave you earlier? Was various spices you recognize from earlier. The specifically, it's gonna be down here. Sorry, there it is. Specifically, the fen root and the mire leaf. These farms are to be leveraged, and the people's expunged is the term for the needs of the Fox Mantle family. Apparently, this contract is asking the Aris household to take care of some transposition of the swamp denizens.
Oh, that's
they're
not great.
displacing them.
That's not great at all.
Christos shouts, "Come, Benny, we have to go. Our time here is done."
Can I roll for sleight of hand to steal a copy of this, if possible?
It's just the one that you can see.
Oh.
But what's your passive perception? It's 13 as well.
Yeah.
You notice that the fellow next to the tiefling does have a bag, and within that bag you can see, despite the fold over, there's a couple parchments peeking out from underneath. Now it's not like there's just sticking out all comically, but maybe you can steal one off him. Obviously not here though, there's too many eyes.
Okay.
He looks over towards you as he sees you eyeing him. Does one of these and then looks back towards the meeting. Jon is busily apologizing as he says to the hornet fellow as you guys are about to leave, oh my god, my apologies, Mr. Crump. I understand your representation here. It's not usual that we have so many people, and Catechus is clearly a bit distressed by the presentation you have for us. I understand the extenuating circumstances. Can I please have a day to consider this with my counsel, and we will convene in the morning? As you were saying, sorry.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, it's all good. I just want to get that out.
Can I stealth through the crowd and roll for sleight of hand?
On the guy,
Yeah.
there's no crowd nearby him, and with the tieflings so close by, the both of them are keeping a pretty good eye themselves. With the
Okay.
crowd, there's no break.
Never mind then.
There's not enough of a crowd, and everybody's paying attention to everything going on at the table now.
I'm gonna whisper to you. Do you want me to fall?
With that though,
Then I won't do that.
So
if I
what way
can't
are
do
we
anything.
walking with this guy? When we
so sorry. The doorway's this way to get out of here. Christo makes his way out as Dormo takes the lead. You can hear Dormo say, "Come with me, Christo. I shall set you with the correct guide. You will be on your way shortly. Thank you for your attendance today." "Yeah, of course. Thank you, Dormo," says Christo as he falls in, disappearing from view. Whoever's following in with him is following in. Meanwhile, sorry, you wanted to anything specific?
No.
No, I'm just going with the group and Christo. I'll
The
keep
hallway's
shadowing
dark,
him.
save for some firelight as you guys make your way down and out of the castle, heading out towards the revelry out. Dorimo is a very stoic warrior priest sort of fellow, taking large strides as he leads the way, looking back every so often to see that you're in tow. As you make your way out to the courtyard, you're set with a guide who Christo immediately refuses the company of. "We do not need your presence, just your advisements, if I may have some of your time. I am sure I can draw up the maps. If you have any maps, I would gladly pay for them." The fellow gives a nod at this, agrees to speak with Christo for some time, and he looks towards you. "If you have anything you wish to do for the next 2 hours, we will leave shortly, I should think. Do not get into any trouble," he says, somewhat pleadingly, as he looks over towards the guide / cartographer. And he disappears with the fellow for a moment into a nook where the fellow pulls out some maps and books, and Christo dutifully pulls out a quill, an ink pot, and some parchments to make notes and such. As you guys, sorry?
We left this room? Or are we
You,
still technically in it?
some of you have, as you stated, and so those ones would have had whatever interactions with Christo. Which ones of those were you? At one point it was all of you, but there was those last rites actions that we had before we left.
Yeah, no, I think I would have gone with.
No, I'm just shadowing Christo.
Yeah.
Sounds good. With that, like I say, you guys get to the nook where he meets with the cartographer, and they find like a barbecue spot to kind of hang out for the moment while this music is going, I guess. But with that, you guys, he says, have the little while to go about doing whatever it is you guys need to do.
Did you want? I'm talking to you again. Did you want to steal something from that guy?
Yes.
I can follow on.
I think we'll have to corner him first.
People are gonna think we have like a neurological condition. Is that
Maybe
fallen
I do.
that fallen barbarian? What condition is the parallel?
We might have better luck if we wait until he's off duty tonight, and you can challenge him to an arm wrestle.
Oh.
He will likely say no. Actually, no, he'll probably no.
I'm down to see if he leaves the room at all while we're in this nook.
Well, so to speak. I forgot that you guys left the castle, but the point being is that Christo and the cartographer find a place to sit down and discuss things, which would be a tavern or something like that, nothing too fancy. Point being is that you guys have a few hours, as I say, to kind of go after whatever it is that you guys might want to go after. But we are nearing end of sesh.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is if there's anything that you guys want to wrap off in here, for the time travel for your all benefit, just real quick, anything else you guys want to do in here? You spiked the thing, you didn't notice anything amidst the drama, or maybe you did, but there was so much going on that the people who did get really ripped probably didn't say anything, might have shit themselves, didn't say anything.
There's a couple of them so happy I fell into you because they just shit their pants. And I'm like, oh, thank God they were
It's
paying
warm and
attention.
gushy and gets it. Point being though, you spike the punch bowl, but you spike the punch bowl. You watch whatever interaction, and the whole of the place is what it is. You guys, like I say, observed a lot of nobles in the place. A lot of activity going on. I'm just wondering if there's anything else that because we didn't. I don't know if everybody got a. I guess everybody's done. No, nobody's got any last minute
I think-
extra. Okay.
We're just waiting to see if this guy comes out.
Yeah, are they coming out the same door?
If they come out, you distract them, and I'll come up behind.
I can do that.
So, that said, it doesn't happen right away. How long are you guys willing to wait around?
Well, till Krista's done, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and like I don't wanna confront them in the middle of the plaza.
No,
Maybe
for sure.
wait until like they're in a little more
So about an
tucked away
hour
spot.
afterwards, if you guys are willing to hang around this spot as long, the tiefling and the fox mantle representative do in fact walk out of the place, making their way to the courtyard area. The tiefling walks off to the market court and starts perusing around the place, whilst the representative goes over towards the wagons, where you can see there's laborers and other individuals as such that have gathered that weren't there prior. He settles in amidst them, placing his satchel over towards a bunch of crates, and pulls a bunch of parchments out of it, and gets up with them to go over towards one of the wagons and subsequently place them in a lockbox that he pulls from the wagon. He locks the thing with the key he places back around his neck and slides the box into the wagon. The covered wagons are paired side by side. At this point, I would say that you guys are probably about 40 feet away from them. The credits begin to roll as somebody is going to, I'm sure, make an attempt on them in some fashion.
I was
Yeah.
gonna do something before he got to that group.
Yeah, that's by
I
all
was gonna
means.
cast command,
Okay.
and I was gonna get him to drop the bag as he walked.
Okay.
If he would, I don't know.
I mean, he's walking with the tiefling.
Oh, I thought they split up.
Not yet.
No, that's when they get to the camp.
Okay.
Sorry.
You said one went to the market, one went to.
So yeah, the wagons are right outside the castle.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a distance.
Sorry, yeah. So the
Okay.
wagons are right outside. They're like 20 feet away from,
Okay, never
from the
mind.
entrance. And then, like I said, there's a bunch of guys that are circled out just back, out
What?
behind the wagons there.
If you do that, you run, grab, jump out. Just saying.
That said, that there's other wagons nearby. There is a crowd of nobility that is parked here. Rockstar parking being what it is for the nobles. And there is opportunity to slip in there.
Well, you said there's laborers. What are they laboring? Are they lifting crates? Or
At the moment, they're playing cards and eating. It seems about dinner time for them.
Are there like things around that they were doing? Like,
So they had sacks of grains that they were selling off. They're still merchants. There's still a pair of young males, one of them an elf, one of them a human, hawking off sacks of grain to various passers-by. Earlier, you would have noted that there is a large line, and at this point, there's a smaller line of 3 or 4 individuals that accumulate steadily, waiting for a sack of grain from these guys. And it's always different sorts. Sorry, not just grains, but the occasional hand keg of craft ales as well.
If possible, I would like to wander off into the market area and search for a set of dice.
That's fine. You find them easily enough.
What are you using the dice for?
Just
That said-
in case.
D&D in
do you
D&D?
come back to us by the wagon?
Yes.
Anybody conducting anything against the wagons?
I would like to see if I could go up to this where this grain is. How close is this grain to the guy with the lockbox?
So there's stacks of grain yonder, and then the wagon's here. I guess I should lay it out. Since you're taking off, and I wanted to extend this, I guess. Are you guys taking off right away or what?
I don't know.
I mean, I can keep this going, but it's like 9:30, so I was gonna shut
Yeah,
it
I don't care if you
I
guys
can
keep
go.
doing the wagon thing. That's fine.
Okay. That said, though, okay, fair enough.
The wagon thing.
Long and the short, you're approaching a pond easily enough, and like I said, there's a crowd of. So I don't really have enough wagons for it. Moving that to the side. Castletown being where there's you got savings. Steady there, steady. There's those, and then use you too, fine. Doink. Woo! Easy. Clumsy much? Oh yeah, the wheel fell down.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, hold up. That's fine. We'll use our imagination together.
Perfect.
Done. There's that, and then
Pumpkins. That's cute. Pumpkins and potatoes and carrots. And an eggplant.
Lots of pumpkins, yeah.
Yeah. And an eggplant, I think.
What is it? Little? Is it apples? What are those potatoes?
I'm assuming potatoes.
They're very
because
round.
They look yellow.
Yeah.
They could be apples.
that one.
It's a massive cart.
Yeah.
The mother code.
I will fix all these wagons eventually.
Little like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of wagons.
So you get the picture.
Yes.
And I guess what I'll do is this, because that is, oh shit, no, Maria, you were there for a reason. Like that. Bam. There.
Just so you know, basically, I want to go to the grain and pretend like I'm working there and handing out the grain. And then when I go to put the grain over my shoulder, actually just whip it back at the dude and nail him in the face.
I mean, I'm all for it. But I'm gonna say that you're inciting immediately. There's not so many people they wouldn't recognize someone that doesn't belong there. They're all wearing a tabard that has the fox encircled clearly upon them. They're all either blue or bright red, and either have all of them have a blue or red tabard, and then the circled fox head. Most of the laborers will have either a sash or like leather shoulder pauldrons that are also branded like that, and gosh, they just have like all sorts of swag.
So
They'll have headbands
would
or
I
like
be able to-
bandanas and such.
Like, do they look aggressive, or would I be able to come over there and play dumb and go, "Oh, is this free?" and then pick it up and then whip it over my shoulder?
It looks pretty organized, and the folks that come upon it seem like they have whatever sort of. It's not quite the soup Nazi from Seinfeld, but people certainly get in line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are showing respect towards their practices and way of doing things. They don't seem to have like a formal guard anywhere. But judging from the size of some of the folks that are laboring there, they seem like they might have seen a round of action or two at some point in their lives.
I'm gonna get in line.
There's only about like four. We'll say there's four laborers. There's two official-looking fellows, including the one that just arrived, and there's two clerks that are working the cash taking and handing out of sacks of grain.
I'm just gonna get in line.
As you get into line, you can hear them bantering with certain individuals who know what they want, and they're asking if they can get set amount of price. After a moment of several sacks going by, or hand kicks thereby, you get to the front, and the elven fellow looks up towards you as the human in the background is rearranging some kegs and sacks and whatnot. Some of the laborers are bringing new stock up front from one of the wagons. He looks at you, doesn't say a word. After a moment, yes?
How much for the grain?
This is 5 silver. This is, sorry, what are you looking for? He just points to like a grain sack at the ready to go. There's like 5 silver.
Sure.
He takes your money and pushes it forward.
All right.
Done.
And then I'm gonna do the grain over
At
my
which point you
shoulder.
whip the thing. Sorry, you're aiming for a what now?
Hit the guy that had the scrolls.
key.
Yeah, the
Okay,
key.
make me an attack roll. And this is gonna be, gosh, I'm gonna say a disadvantage unless somebody's gonna inspire
Well,
you.
yeah, I will
Well, I
inspire
have
you.
advantage, so it would just be a flat roll
Why do you have advantage?
from my massage.
Yeah.
Ah, true. Oh my goodness. This is true. You haven't had that long rest yet.
You
Feeling good,
remember
feeling
the geeky guy
confident, feeling ready to go.
The-
It is gonna be a normal, I would say, oh gosh. No, you know what? I'll give it. Fuck it. I don't care. At least you got to use it.
Is it an attack roll?
Mm-hmm.
19.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I just want you guys to imagine this poor fuck. He doesn't expect, like, there's no fucking way he sees this coming. And as he's situated there, he's just sitting down. And you kind of watch him for a moment. Yeah. And this guy's like, sitting, bowl of stew in hand. And this fucking slams through his head. Now, you imagine the ass over tea kettle thing that he does, the pendulum, but that he holds onto the bowl of stew. Okay? Now, I want you to imagine the instinct going through his mind for whatever reason. He actually manages to tilt the stew bowl, so he keeps it in there, but not long. Eventually, it whips out of his hands. So he manages to keep the stew in there, and then it slingshots out of his fucking hands and hits the other guy across the campfire from him, one of the soldiers there. And you kind of watch this guy like crumple up and then spring out as he stretches from the centrifugal force. The bag itself ends up kind of hitting him and then bash down into the ground right next to where he was sitting. And as he does this, everybody suddenly jolts and looks over towards him as he's now sitting unconscious on the ground, and the stew bowl, having knocked the other guy off of his crate, they're not even sure what the hell happened there. And if I may add, the bowl, actually odds or evens.
Odds.
Evens it is, clatters and breaks against the fire pit in front of them. So that happens. Fellow's knocked out.
I'm so sorry.
The two clerks, of course, are staring behind themselves, and everybody in line is staring at you. And then at that, and then at you, and then at that. Nobody knows what to make of it. Nobody believes that it happened. Some people aren't sure what the hell happened. There's a bit of a kerfuffle, and
Can I run up to like check on him and make sure he's okay and pull like a sleight of hand?
I just want to say, like, in this moment, you can see there's enough confusion that you can easily walk away, or as you're about to do, run in there. So, in you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and pretend to make sure like he's okay, that he's lying alright, everything's nice and straight, and pull
You rush in upon, throw me medicine or performance, I'm not sure which one you want, or deception.
I have sleight of hand.
I'm just
Or do you mean for pretending to like make sure he's okay?
Sorry, yeah, if you're pretending it, by all means.
Well, I actually do want to make sure he's okay.
You're proficient in medicine, though, yeah? Are you not?
I'm not proficient, but I have +1.
Ooh, all right, never mind. What was the other one? Your proficient is sleight of hand, so away you go.
No. Oh, it would have been a 19. Fuck.
Would have been.
I've given her guidance because of the plan, but I'm kind of watching all this happen.
Can someone inspire me, please?
I'll inspire you.
Thank you.
You get a
We're
plus,
at the end
you
of
gotta
this.
do
Use it, lose it.
No, it's even worse.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck.
There's no
Also
luck.
gotta-
No
you also
luck. It
gotta
would have been a
do-
19, eh?
19?
It's just fates.
No, because I slammed it.
I
Oh,
also
I like-
inspire you because I'm a part of this plan.
Unfortunately, it only happens twice.
You've gotten
With that said,
guidance.
Well,
as
because
you
like I
rush in
have
upon him,
+3.
you
with
fondle
sleight of
over
hand.
him, but the key is nowhere to be found. To your surprise, it's not on his
Well, I
neck.
have +3.
Person, it's just not here.
Huh?
Your passive
I-
perception leads you to see it just
13.
over yonder, under the sack.
Okay, then I get up, I hoist up the sack, and as I do so, like, kind of scoop the key, and I, like, lug it back over him, like, I think this is yours.
One more slide. Too late, Dark.
I got another
4.
I'm +3.
Now you can give her that.
I was gonna say I'm gonna fall on her
plus
again
3.
while she's handing.
Oh, +3. That's
Yeah.
still only a 7.
Yeah,
And
but
it beats
so it's
every
better than
passive
a 4.
perception in the room. Sorry, it loses to every passive perception in the room, unless somebody wants to inspire you again. +4,
Yeah,
plus
you
3 is
have
the-
guidance?
What?
You have guidance?
Crap.
I do not have
Oh,
guidance.
she doesn't.
You've had
Oh,
guidance.
you have
Oh,
guidance.
did I have
Yeah,
guidance?
because he's not there, so I've given you guidance.
Oh, how
Roll
much
your
guidance?
D4. It's
All
always
of
D4.
it.
It's a D4.
It's a D4.
All of the
Add on
guidance.
top of
+2.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
You had an inspiration to go, Blue?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Because
go
I'm
there.
part of
This
this
is a
plan.
lot. Oh, come
Oh,
on.
goodness.
Fucking hell.
You
You're
need
wasting
to.
No.
good rolls doing that, I'm telling you.
Those are all nasty.
I'm gonna. Can I take the key while I pick up the sack?
I mean, you can provide all sorts of things here, but the point being is that as it swings into place, the fellow's knocked out. We're gonna say you beat one person's passive, and that's gonna be good enough because I just don't give a fuck. With that said, though, you get that fucking key.
Oh my god.
This is the real thing of tonight.
Flick's watching happening.
Yeah.
So
The
Why do you
application went
hate
up.
me so
I'll catch you
much?
later.
Okay, see you guys.
No, catch you later.
Hi. Hi.
Go unlock the box while everyone's distracted still.
You're so pretty. Why do you hate me?
Well, it's mocking you is the real thing. So
I'm
with that
not
said, though,
17.
you've
What the
got
fuck?
key in hand,
I got
but
that.
now what?
Just rolling
Sorry,
randomly.
she has a key.
Well, you have key in hand and bag in hand, and they bid you adieu as they tend to their wounded, and
I feel like
ask
we-
Tyr what just
I
happened.
feel like we
here.
could have just thieves' tools the box. At
I
that
honestly-
point,
You
At
still
this
have to
point, yeah.
steal the
Yeah,
box,
it's
so
still
that's kind of a
supposed to be-
thing.
Is it heavy? Would we know?
It's
I have
big
no
little
idea. I just
box.
work here now.
You pushed it into
Yeah.
the back of the
Out of
wagon.
the box.
Is it like it's the same size as the one that we saw before? Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just like go into the wagon?
Do you want to see what it rolled when I put it away?
I mean, again, I just work here, man.
Who
Okay.
has the key?
First, sorry. When I saw the lockbox,
Oh
would
my
I have
God.
been? How big was it?
When you saw the lockbox, it's as big as the other one
Yeah,
was. Like it was, it's a full scroll
Were you
box.
able to carry that?
Sorry, and your question was. Sorry.
It wasn't a
But I'm not
question.
sneaky.
Oh, yeah,
It wasn't
Steven,
a
I'm
question,
not
put it
sneaky.
away.
When
negative.
you did the other
Oh, yeah,
box,
yeah, yeah.
Could you lift it?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
As you said, it's mocking me.
I have.
I'm just.
Now it's mocking me. I'm like, sure.
Just,
Fuck you two, die, shit.
I'm just gonna lean on the wagon to try to take up as much space and kind of usher you both to go get the lock.
As she's doing this, yeah, no, that's fine. Actually, this all happens. She runs in there. You're like, oh yeah, leaning up as broadly as you can.
I'll cast Call of the Wild, Call of the Wild, so I'm.
You're busy
fully
with a
still.
body at the moment and looking for a necklace and then picking up a sack. So no,
Wow.
wow.
But that's
Very
not
busy
something
girl
out
here,
here.
doing busy
Okay.
girl things. You know, no spellies.
Fine.
Point being,
Fine.
but yeah, you do the thing. I mean, your powers combined. So are you trying? How would this work actually? So yeah, I'm just thinking. You know what? Throw.
Intimidation?
No,
Oh, okay, so
either
while I'm
deception,
busy with the
performance, or
body-
sleight of hand. Your choice, really. Dealer's choice.
I'm just watching, just
Busy
like,
with the
50.
body.
From a distance, no
yeah,
doubt.
just
You're
like face palming like
I mean-
every 5 seconds right now.
Hey,
like,
sorry, 15?
Yeah.
Terrific stuff. That does beat passive perceptions. As everybody's a little busy watching you, as you're fondling the body and their other friend that's rubbing their head and literally bleeding from a gash in this wooden bowl that's now sitting there half on fire and whatnot. The whole of the chaos is like, it's very real. That said though, you managed to grab a hold of the case
Yeah.
easily enough. Everybody paying more attention to the chaos than they are to you, who is more or less hidden between the alley of the wagons. That said, though, you slip away with a stealth check if you could.
I'm not stealthy. I have a disadvantage on stealth checks. So I don't
I'm
wanna do
very
that.
stealthy, but I'm not rolling for that.
What'd you get?
It was a 4.
Oh.
I believe somebody
I'd like to
had
inspire
inspiration left.
Yeah, she has inspired.
That's true.
11.
That will plus your bonus. That's with your bonus. That will just barely do. Will rule in this
Wait,
case.
well,
Because the
we
only
need
guy
to-
watching was the one with the 9. So you guys sneak away. All right. But that said, you've got yourself a scroll case and a key. A bit of a crowd to work through, as I imagine you do. If I remember correctly, it's like evening now, isn't it? This place?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Take it to the tavern.
It'd be like almost night because it was late afternoon.
Indeedy duty. Ugh, fail me.
We'll just say Flick's just in the barrel having a snooze.
He went somewhere else.
He is off to regenerate his, refill his vials, as one does.
I feel like Edaz could just come back
She was just sleeping in the tavern the entire time.
Well, she went.
If she comes back to next week, we're
Wait,
still in the town.
Isn't she in Three Trees right now?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
Well, she's on her way. That's
we
the
haven't even
idea.
left the town yet.
But that's the point, is that you guys are concluding the day
Yeah.
as you come back from having finished out whatever actions and doings, having retrieved the box.
What's in the box?
That's an excellent question. You guys wait to get back to the inn before you open the box, or you
Yes.
open
Yeah.
the box? Yeah, okay.
I would personally suggest waiting.
So we get back to the end.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can do it in privacy.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's go to the room.
Sleepover.
Yeah, sleepover. It's my
Official.
favorite part. It's just parchments, and I'm like most excited. I'm gonna read things. Books.
Yeah.
Notes,
So when would you like
everything.
sequester
I was just
ourselves?
imagining him walking up the stairs kind of sweating.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna make my Drake guard the door. Make sure no one like busts in on us.
That's fair. Your Drake looks up to you. Yes, I'm in this episode too. I'll do that. And he steps over to the door.
His first visitor.
There's nothing here. What am I doing?
Guard the door.
Is he talking to us? Or her?
No, just me.
He just
Yeah.
goes to
So we're like looking at you.
We have a
talking.
telepathic link, so he's like
So,
grunting, and I'm like,
okay.
no, guard the door.
Are you speaking out loud when
Yes.
you okay, so we're just watching you just
Yes.
have a conversation with
Yeah.
Well, the
Speaking
thing
in
that.
grunts.
You know, that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
it's talking back, but
Cute.
it's.
Well, I speak Draconic.
You're speaking to it, and it's talking back to you, but it's like, it's not speaking Draconic.
It's speaking-
It's speaking
No.
grunts. It's
Yeah.
speaking Drake.
Yeah, but it's through our telepathic.
But yeah, exactly. So you just hear it, you guys hear, well, leave. Which is no better than the swamps, really, some days. Point being, is you guys get back to the place, find yourself some privacy. The Drake goes to sleep by the door, guarding it diligently as it might. And
I open up this chest
Indeed.
like Zelda, you know, like. It's like for some reason light inside. I cast light inside, so it's all like dramatic. And I'm like holding like a parchment up in the air. Yeah. You guys are just like looking at me like, what a loser.
And I'm just like,
The written word.
at my stupid animal.
so, as you open it up,
We're gonna be in so much trouble.
what you see as Zelda, others might see more as like Pulp Fiction. As you open up the case, there's a light.
My moment.
There's a light, all right. And Christo's there as he just like puts his cane to the side and sits on the bed. Lets his leg out and looks over towards you as you're looking at the parchments in the light. He just kind of shakes his head and massages his leg. And the first of the parchments that you see is surely that contract sitting on top. Underneath it, you see several maps, several other parchments that are scattered about, and several still that are either rolled up with an official ribbon and seal, or simply folded over and sealed with wax, or otherwise just sitting open, like I say, with whatever writings down. Now, there's a lot of invoices you've seen, a lot of invoices and product orders after a fashion of different sorts. There's bulk orders. That is really just not the right fucking music, but we were going for a thing there, and that didn't quite work. Let's try again, shall we? Jesus. Oh, here we go. This will do it. Oh, wow.
Look for a sleepover playlist.
Yeah.
I think this will work. We'll see in a moment. Anyway, looking over the various documents, pushing to the side the purchase orders and invoices for supplies and inns, taverns, and whatnot, you quickly get to the meat of it, and you see, there's a couple maps of different regions of the far seas. The whole of the swamps mapped out in fairly diligent cartography, you would say, from the looks of things. You can see the seal of the Foxmantle family. You can see that the office of the cartographer is Sembian. Sisyphus. No, hang on. What is it? You know what? We'll call it the Vigor house of cartographers from Sembia. Well, maybe with a Y. V-Y-G-E-R.
And it's all from the Fox. Said Fox Head?
Fox mantle.
Fox Mantle, okay.
So the various maps of the various regions all have different purposes, it seems. There's a range of different maps, and they seem to be from various scouts of the cartography company, and each of them labels out a region of either what did I say? The black tar, as it's labeled out. You see it labeled as black tar, and it'll be a region, and it'll have some notes about the region. Things to the effect of rough terrain, deadly pitfalls, natives in the area with X's and O's for supplies, where they might be against the drop points, or areas to watch out for.
Are there any parchments containing anything written in abyssal?
So the black tar is what we found? Is that what they're calling it?
I just work here, sir.
Sorry, I don't know.
As you look upon them and look about the notes, with a passive perception 13, as he's scanning over them and you're kind of in the over shoulder maybe, actually you got them all spread out eventually, and the point being you're all going through them, and offhand you don't see anything that would, no, nothing magical so much so.
Okay.
No magical incantations. But,
Not
like I say,
necessarily an incantation, but even like just something that's coded in abyssal.
fair, there's nothing of the sort.
And we have like that agreement. You said?
Yeah, we basically stole their contract.
Yeah.
As well as others
It's pretty
that you
fun
see
to-
amidst them. You can see there's one that seems to be addressed to Tycho Irrengarten. Talks about exploration of regions for purposes of research and possible information gathering for the security of the kingdoms. It invokes a few agreements, some political titles, some of which you remember from classes back in Zambia. It seems the Foxmantle family has a few interests happening out here. You can see there's a few writs of harvest amidst all this, writs of harvest being licenses handed out by the Cormerian government for purposes of harvesting from the far seas. The Foxmantles have a few of them. You also find a copy of the writ of roots, as signed by Obersker and oh shit, I forgot his fucking name. The Sembian royal family, which denotes what the fellow was talking about with grains being a what's the word I'm looking for? A monopoly into the Foxmantle family. It states that they are to be the sole provider of many forms of grains, and it goes on to list actually several genus of grain, some of which you remember from your classes back in Zambia.
So, yeah. Anything else in the box?
That about covers it. Like I say, several maps, a lot of POs and invoices and
Any of
receipts.
the maps show anything specific, like any special places?
So like I say, they all show, they're all a scout map.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying like the X's and O's are on them, right? From like where to.
Yeah, and there are supply drops and places to watch out for, as well as spots that are denoted for black tar, as the map is labeled for.
Okay.
And that's kind of the brand name the Foxmantles seem to have given it.
Is the cistern on this map?
It is
Is there
not.
anything- Oh, it's not. Okay. Is the
However,
area where this is?
Yes.
Is
Note
there
to the north of it, where the water would have been coming southerly from, is, in fact, an old site of some repute. It says Cropus Tomb, ? There's no Crocus here.
The hairy brother. No, he mentioned.
Oh,
Hairy
okay.
brother.
He mentioned
Caduca.
Crocus. Caduca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep calling him Catechus now and again, but it's not right. It's Caduca. Caduca.
John.
Which is Jon.
And the family has the fox mantle as who again?
Sorry?
You said the fox mantle, like the family.
That's a rival family.
Yeah, what's the family called?
Jon and Caduca and Dorimo are the Aris family. Castle Aris and Ariston are their inheritance.
Okay.
And Jon himself, known as the Carpenter King, inherited from his family, who before him, 100 years ago, was actually a bunch of bandits, mercenaries, and not the best of guys. But always
100
strong,
years.
powerful. Sorry?
Only 100 years.
Yeah, quite the
And
inheritance.
who's the tiefling representing?
Apparently, he represents the Foxmantle family, and he's the one that Jon called Croman.
I don't like that John seems to be considering this whole Fox Mantle takeover. And hairy brother didn't like it.
So, that all said, you guys go over the box. The credits continue to roll.
I don't think I'm really looking through it much. I'm playing my tiny kalimba.
That's fair. As Christo looks all this over, he looks at you all, looking down at this, and he says, of course, the Foxmantles, they have whatever interest they might in this place. Lord Barenthal, he do too. Yeah, you gonna bring him through?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to see if you were done.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bring him on through.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Bring him on
sick,
through.
and I just,
No, by all means, put him away, please. Sorry to run it so long. Puppy wave coming through. Watch out, final puppy wave. Puppy wave! No, I'll make it down. Puppy sure is, guys. It's cute as shit.
You're getting so big.
Oh, yeah, right? It's cool having the experience of having them all around.
Oh.
Oh,
She's probably gonna pee, yeah? Don't squish it too hard.
She's the friendliest one.
yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Um,
Oh, yeah, baby.
So they were saying, yeah, Christo regards everything, saying Barenthal's got his needs and expectations too. And sorry, what's your passive
I'm
insights?
missing one.
That.
Who am I missing?
Insight?
S'mores, I think.
S'mores.
Passive,
I like to roll for investigation to see
Passive
if I
insight's
find
15.
anything particularly interesting to us, or that might be detrimental to anything.
The black tar thing, immediately, and you can see that every time somebody references it, Christo becomes a bit distracted in thought, but can usually be called back after a moment. The point is, though,
Ariana let two puppies open front and I didn't realize it, and then
Oh,
was
God.
in front for like half an hour.
Oh my
I
god.
go down there and they're just looking through the window, and I was like, oh my god.
well, they know where home is. That's cool. Good training.
They're also microchipped now, so if somebody picked them up, they would get scanned at least. But
That's good.
I am.
Um, sorry, having a moment here. Yeah, like I said, every time the black tar gets mentioned, he gets a bit perturbed.
Yeah.
And a bit distanced for a moment before he comes back, refocusing. And over the course of the interactions, he keeps it steady, actually. Over the course of the interactions, he just, like I say, every time the black tar comes up, he gets a little perturbed and distant.
I'd like to cross-reference the information that we gather, if possible.
How so?
Just like anytime the black tar is mentioned or anything about those areas, just like kind of cross-reference and see if there's any intersections within a certain area, if there's any place that's a little more concentrated, or if we can get like a general idea of like
Sorry, I'm not sure what you're cross-referencing. I'm
Okay.
just trying to. Sorry, what did I
so
miss?
like whatever information we're getting about the tar
From where?
from all the
Like you're
scrolls.
seeing locations on the maps of various
Yeah.
points all over.
Yeah, so like if there's any commonalities or patterns that are surfacing, and so on a map, like for example, if they're referencing certain points,
There's like a
and
bunch
it's in
of
a certain
X's in
area,
that
yeah, and you
spot.
find the zenith.
Gotcha. Well, how about I make up a map for you guys for next session? I'll make up all the documents, and you guys can have a box of them to go through.
Okay.
You'll have that map. It's about time I made a stack of the parchments.
Yeah,
But with that said, come to the part of the session where we say which language you hate was your part was the least. Okay.
My D20 mocking me definitely, I think, really sucks.
The
not
You
fair.
hate your dice.
I do. They're so pretty, but I do.
Look for liquid core ones online. They're cool as fuck. You wanna
Yeah.
get some liquid cores?
His are liquid core.
That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, they're
But
sweet
I
fun.
mean, like the whole grain bag thing,
Mm.
very well told.
Mhm.
Did you guys?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was a fun one.
it was good.
Good
That was
slapstick.
really good.
Which language was this?
I liked my new weapon, and I just like that Hilaire was able to do a little bit of acting. She's having fun with the arts lately.
Alright. We'll take that. Actually working almost. Holy crap. Ugh, so desperately terrible. Erna?
XP.
And there's for this session it was 300.
The most important part.
There we go, finally. Should have just tapped it multiple times. And Shane, which language was it?
I have a side quest now.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, that's good because I've been reading up on my deity, and he really doesn't like undead. So that's why I'm like, oh, it fits. I'm gonna kill an undead, so it's gonna be a win-win. My deity likes it. Getting that deity to give me something else.
I'm into it.
Doing something
This
you
will be
believe
great.
in, yeah.
But also like the fact that there are some sort of undead situations that we talked about from Wormhole. Is that what you said? And then a second one, but the Wormhole one.
You also have a bunch of maps now
Yeah,
that point out a few areas of interest.
yeah.
So there's always that too.
So that was interesting to see if we're gonna go on a side quest.
What is our main goal with Crystal?
Christo has
No.
an objective to come into the region and, as far as you can tell, conduct some explorations for Lord Brownfell Discoverin.
Okay.
You guys are, thus far, as you've seen, exploring into the swamp and conducting negotiations for some sort of effect. The Christo has informed you to some effect. He said, you guys going in for Discoverin's interests. So far as anybody can say, that's to get more gases for his industries back in Sembia. The gas harvesting has fallen to the wayside as it has, and that's something you guys are trying to shore up. I'm sorry, what was it? Is the what?
I don't remember.
Okay.
We're talking about just the
I
side
like the
quest we
side
got.
quests.
Yeah, the side
I
quest.
have a
were good,
question
yeah.
about if I casted Zone of Truth, what would have happened in this situation? Because they know, like, they would know there's a spell happening.
Yeah.
Would they become aggressive? Or, like, detect thoughts, if you detect thoughts and somebody fail, they would become...
Yeah, they become
Yeah.
aware of the influence and the general direction of, and in a crowd like this, they know where it's coming from. They don't necessarily know the person, but they can certainly, what's the word? Discern the direction that it's come from.
Okay.
At least that's how I understand it. It's like a
Yeah.
magnetism, if you will. But that's about what I would say for detect thoughts. As far as casting, Zone of Truth or some area of effect like that. I mean, traditionally the thing for me is that major nobles in this world, they have effects in place. They have, the simple common or uncommon magic items that are going to keep the place fairly secure.
Yeah.
But this is say something like an anti-magic stone that might have like a 5-foot effect, or at the very least, well, I mean just anything really. But the point being, yeah.
I did cast that magic, I would have been able to see any spells.
That is true. And in this case, I suppose I should say, sorry, what was the range on that? I asked about that
60
too.
feet.
It is 60 feet.
Yeah.
So you would have seen quite a bit actually in the room. Various people would have had all sorts of rings and necklaces. And on the table, sorry, I should have mentioned that there is in fact like a little stone. There's actually a pair of stones on there. One of them a little circular thing that has a ring in the center that seems to kind of vibrate every so often. And then another one next to it that is a columnar unit with a little bit of a nub at the top. Simply a cylinder like about the size of like a full toilet paper roll, and then on top of it is just a little nub up top, and doesn't seem to really do anything. It just kind of sits there. It does have a couple. Actually, it would have a bunch of glyphs around it and shit. And if anybody was actually looking at it, it's a sort of sending, I guess. So, I mean, whatever, they're commonplace enough. So it's literally a conference phone sitting on the desk.
Right.
And then the other one next to it that was vibrating, I mean, it's doing what it's doing. You would see that it's magical. Yeah. But like I say, a lot of people around the place would have had all sorts of stuff. That guy's got a magic sword. That guy's got a et cetera, et cetera. So like I said, 300 experience, and in the aftermath of this, Christo rolls over and goes to sleep, bids everyone a good night. You guys, I'm assuming, are going to go over the documents, looking for whatever correlations, etc. And that about wraps her?
Yeah.
Yep.
So next, we're going to Three Hills. Next,
3
is that
trees?
3 trees. Something.
I don't know. We're gonna meet with Ida. But I
Well,
don't
you
know.
guys is up 3 something.
I don't know if we agreed that she was gonna meet us or if we were gonna meet her.
Well, Buddy's back next week too, so we'll figure it out.
Right.
It's one thing at a time.
We'll have more of a full party.
Get me footage.
I'll do that this week.
John! You can't do it, John! We could probably cut them out and like make them new backgrounds and shit. Like the guy who's tossing something, making something else better.
You could with the right program.
What are the right programs? I just don't know what to do with it. I was just thinking about that. Right.
Footage for irritable or declared. You're gonna have lots of options for that.
Yeah.
The camera fuck up. Oh, never mind. It's just the weird framing. Yeah, never mind. I thought it was showing 2 cameras. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something before about how you guys wanted to take up the next morning or anything like that. But yeah, you guys would get up in the morning with Christo, and he intends on taking off in the morning towards 3 trees, which ends up in the kind of after credits scene, just kind of doing a montage of you guys hitting the road and taking off over the hills towards the south regions.
How far is 3 trees from where we are?
It's if memory serves, from the north end, you guys are looking about a week's, 2 weeks travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with them having just left, the funny thing is you guys will probably just catch up on the road
Okay.
with a full Purple Dragon convoy, unless you guys are going to ride ahead. which you guys totally could, but that's for next session.
We're getting a convoy.
Well, because they're convoying.
Yeah,
They're
they're on
Jazz and Pet.
Okay, they're convoying. We'll catch up because we're like not a convoy.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
just
Because,
left.
okay, yeah.
Correct.
I think that'll be a good way to start it for sure.
Is he
So-
sticking with the paladin? Do you know?
So yeah, as far as I can say, he's sticking to the Petrichor,
Yeah.
not Petrocan.
Petrichor,
So
yeah.
point being is, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's sticking with the paladin, and you guys will catch up with him, catch up with the caravan he's leading up next sesh, and everyone is in attendance next sesh, unless anyone else is sick, which is going around.
Well, hope someone will message on Monday.
So it goes.
And then with
Maybe I'll
Christmas,
try my purple dice.
with Christmas coming up,
Oh, yeah.
what is? Were we just taking a week break?
I haven't taken a look at what the schedule is like there.
We're
Is,
going the 23rd.
you guys are going for the 23rd, okay.
23rd till
Is that our Monday?
26th.
No, Monday is Christmas.
Oh, Monday's Christmas.
Probably not that Monday.
Yeah.
We'll be taking.
We won't be here, so.
And I
and
will
then-
be here for New Year's
Oh,
Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say New Year's.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's alright though.
Christmas
I'm-
Day, New Year's Day.
Okay, I'm around. We're around for New Year's, but it's not Christmas.
I
Yeah,
might be in Vancouver.
I'm not intending on playing. Well, I mean, we could play on New Year's Day, I guess, whatever. I mean, I'm not doing
No, I
anything
might be in
else.
Vancouver.
Well, you might be in Vancouver.
You're gonna be sick that
but-
day.
But don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily want to play on New Year's Day.
Yeah, so just.
I'm saying we could, I guess. I don't know. If enough people were into it, I would run it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not, like I say, it's not like I'm necessarily doing anything else. Recovering, really, that's about it.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Vancouver? Huh? What are you doing in Vancouver?
Delta Heavy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I did last year? Yeah, we played the day after New Year's, or New Year's Day. We played New Year's Day last
I
year.
didn't.
I didn't play with you. I played with.
No, I didn't.
No, it was with you on that one shot, but there wasn't New Year's Day. Damn.
I mean,
It was after
let
that
us know if
party.
you're doing a one shot on New Year's.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing my Christmas one shot pretty quick here, and I was actually figuring that since the 18th is gonna be the last thing, we could do the one shot over the weekend potentially. No, you guys are just gone 23rd, you said, so we could do it over 21st and 22nd. You wouldn't be able to do it in one sesh. It took 2 sessions last time.
What?
When are you starting your day shift?
The one shot that you did with
Yeah.
4.
If you can do something,
Oh, no, that took us 3 sessions.
That took 3?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
if you could do something on the 27th
I thought.
to the 20, or not 27th, I don't know. Just I work nights or
Yeah.
evenings, so I can't do anything during.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, cheers.
But,
Later on.